Hello, and welcome to our very latest episode of the On Point Gaming Podcast. I am CMoney, and I'm joined by the always lovely Doodle.
And I am Doodle. And I am joined by the always handsome CMoney.
Oh, wow, what a turn of events. What a turn.
What's up, everyone? Happy Thursday. Thank you so very much for rocking out with us tonight. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. And
Yes.
what a glorious night we have ahead of us. Oh, man. Not one.
Nope.
Not two.
No.
But three.
Tres. Trois.
Three bitch slapping topics. It's great. It is glorious. God damn. I cannot even. Yo.
Don't even, babe.
Yo, how many times did we say Fairgames was fucked?
Another one bites the dust. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hit it.
Bro. We've been saying that shit. And goddamn.
Can this have happened again?
Jade Raymond keeps, I don't know what it is. She cannot release a game. She is a death sentence to a studio. She needs, I'm sorry. I don't know. She might be very lovely and, nice or whatever. But I don't think she's for this.
The thing is that where there's a pattern, I mean, come on, PlayStation. At this point, you're asking for it. Come on, man.
It's a real problem.
This is self-inflicted pain.
Facts. And then, of course, PlayStation coming to our rescue and slapping these ponies in the face for us.
Kapow!
Letting them know, hey, ponies,
Nay.
we don't give a fuck about these console sales.
We don't nay around here anymore. It's ribbit, bitch.
They said stop. Yo, I feel like this was Mark Cerny, like with that flopulation when he was like, yo, the Pro is just a mid-gen. It's not special.
I mean,
this is what they did again. They were like, yo, I don't know what we have to do to spell it out to you. We were wrong. Xbox was right. The console sales don't mean shit. The only thing we make money on are the monthly active users.
Oh,
God damn. Oh.
Man, what a roadmap.
Fucking A. And then
there's more.
Then the only successful cast game that PlayStation published, which was successful on the PC, not so much on the PlayStation, was Helldivers 2. And that dev said, yo, we sold so much. Fuck you, Sony. We don't need you anymore.
I mean, imagine how much more they could have sold. Come on, man. Understand. They still, the PlayStation, they shit the bed. This was a situation where, Helldivers 2 could have been, made out better. Let's put it that way.
Man. But they're out the door.
They're out the door.
They said, yeah.
They did the moonwalk. Cool. I heard they did the moonwalk.
They did. They moonwalked the fuck right out that building.
Yes.
They essentially said, we have FU money now, so FU Sony. We don't need you. Dude, we're going to talk about it. It's great. It's just all do it. And then bonus, if we have time, Marathon is stealing art from other people.
From a preschool? From preschoolers? Is that what's happening?
Oh my God. Yo, the hits just keep on coming. So we'll see if we get to that one. We got these three to get through, but goddamn. We're in for a fun night, yo. That is absolutely guaranteed. But before
is our stream hiccuping?
What do you mean hiccup?
Like
I'm not a hiccup.
Stuttering?
I don't think so. It looks normal over here.
Well, it must be my on my end then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Looks like we're good here.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Gucci gooch.
Okay, so before we continue with any of that, you know what the fuck it is.
Yes.
We are here live in the building with all of our homies, man. You guys are the shit. Thank you so much for being here, man. Shout out to everyone who supports us over on Patreon and on YouTube memberships, man. You guys are the shit. Thank you so much. Always remember that the show is brought to you by you, so we appreciate you guys so very much. That being said, we do want to go ahead and shout out our elite members. That's right. We have the homie Big Boy Mike.
Let's go.
Dark Angelic.
Yes.
Culture the Canuck.
Tell 'em.
Music 72.
That's right.
Queen.
My
Witch.
girl was
Thank
good.
you guys so very
Thank
much.
you guys.
We appreciate you. And of course, we have our inner circle members. That's right. The homie Big Makes Gaming.
Woo.
Pragmatic
Let's
Eagle.
go.
Thank y'all
Guys,
so much
thank
for the
you.
support, man.
Thank
You
you.
guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That being
Yep.
said,
Just like that, guys. Dinner and a show.
dinner and a show. That being said, you know how we do here, man. You guys right now live in the building.
Yes.
You guys are supporting us in such a major way, man. And we appreciate each and every single one of you
Yes.
almost equally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Almost.
You know. You got to set some boundaries.
Yes, because obviously you guys cannot be all
No.
equal.
And that would be unfair.
Because
Right?
three of you have risen. That's right.
That's it.
You have risen to become the specials.
Yes. As some may say, Mr. Universe or Miss
No,
Universe.
I thought we went with
the best bot. The best
The
bot.
best bot.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So these specials are competing
Yes.
to see who is, in fact, the best bot.
That's right.
And we're going to do it based off of our new rules now, going from worst to best,
Yes.
lowest to highest.
Lowest to highest, baby.
So
In third place.
third place.
Drum roll, please.
So the third best bot in the building is our homie, Michelle Alexandria.
Let's go.
Brr, 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 brr. Number 3, you did it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, homie.
Thank you,
Now,
love.
Number 2,
Happy Thursday.
first runner-up, or as some might say, the first loser.
Oh, the slander. Ouch.
Second best bot in the building,
Yes. Tell me.
our homie, Jonas the motherfucking dad.
Oh, Jonas. Congrats.
Congrats.
Yes. Man.
Which means officially
Oh. Who did
the
it?
best bot
Oh.
of the show.
Oh.
Number 1
Tonight's show.
of tonight's show only.
Yes, yes.
You have to reclaim it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Number 1 in the building. Our boy. Music 72.
Let's go.
You
That's
did it.
right. Congrats.
You did it. You are officially
the best,
the best
bot.
spot in the building.
I mean, for, till the show is over. And then,
today.
you're
So-
stripped out of your powers and back to normality. This can't last forever. All good things come to an end.
Unless every show you're first.
I mean,
'Cause
yes.
then it
I
could
mean, that
last
will
forever.
be something else. I mean, I have Ryar over here. He wants a recount. So get
Recount.
to counting, see
I
money.
didn't count. I went for the top. There were no votes involved here, guys. What are we talking about? Oh my God. That being said, let's start this motherfucker off right.
Let's go.
With our boy,
Yes.
motherfucking Starkey Love.
Yo, Starkey Love
That's
was
right,
good.
Starkey Love has the first super chat of the night.
Thank
Let me
you.
go ahead and put this in here before
Go ahead, baby.
my-
Before you forget.
dumbass gonna forget and shit. So let me hit that there. Do that like that. Mm-hmm.
Get it?
Yup. Me likey. Long
Do you
time.
remember? You
I'm
remember or
in
no?
Oh, me member.
Okay.
Me member real good. All right. Bam. Updated.
Let's go.
Our
Look at
boy
that.
Starkey with that $5 super chat. Appreciate you.
So
man.
smooth, by the way. We couldn't even tell that you were updating anything. It just rolled right in. So kudos to you.
I mean,
Mhm.
I did announce it,
Yeah.
but I guess I was trying to keep it on the low at the same time.
I mean, 007.
007.
Pretty much.
Facts. So again, our boy Starkey Love
Yes.
with that 5. Appreciate you, my brother. Says PlayStation is on death's door.
Oh. It's starting off dark. Yes.
And the gaming world seems completely oblivious to it. God damn. Sony seems to be pivoting to copy Xbox smartly. Starkey.
Or too late.
These are bars. Listen.
Seriously.
Listen. It's too late for their first party. That I agree.
Mm-hmm.
That I agree. But as far as being able to copy Xbox, no. I mean, listen, they're a store, right? They're a store right now. They're copying the idea of all that really matters is how many people are engaging with your ecosystem, right? How many people are subscribed, how many people are signing in, how many people are playing, how many people are spending money on microtransactions, all that fun shit.
Question. All right.
Pretty lady.
Listen. I'm not sure if this makes much sense, but I do recall the Gallopers, and they said that the reason why Xbox didn't care about the console sales was simply because they were tapped out. They were tapping out. They were done. Right? They couldn't do it.
So does this count as a double tap out?
I mean, I'm just saying. They were going in a different direction. They were focusing on other things. Could PlayStation be focusing on other things now? It seems so. And somehow they're taking the same route as Xbox, or at least trying to, right? So we'll see where this ends up.
Agreed. Honestly, I mean, you guys are both kind of nailing the situation, right? We've always known Sony to try to copy Xbox, right?
We have.
We've seen it, and obviously, I mean, this is just cementing more and more that, like, this whole, again, remember, their narrative to us is Sony cares about the console sales, and the console sales matter because without them, then people are not going to make games or whatever bullshit reason they want to give you. But PlayStation is saying, actually, there's a bunch of boxes out there that are not doing a goddamn thing for us. And since we only made like $4.50 on the box
as a whole,
I think them not playing games on it is a detriment to us, right? So,
I mean, listen, this is, in my opinion, it's like it's just bending the knee yet again, right? Because they're literally saying we were after the boxes, but the boxes are just not enough, right? This is not cutting it. So, I mean, Phil has been leaving crumbs all over the place. PlayStation could have joined the party whenever. He made a roadmap for them. This is what we're doing, guys. This is what we care about. They're like, we don't care about that shit, Phil.
They will now. Let's see how many of them start coming out talking about how much the monthly active users matter to them.
This is gonna be fun.
How the sales ain't shit. Yeah, Starkey. I mean, you nailed it. This is just the reality of what it is, bro. But thank you for that super chat, man.
Thank you, Starkey.
I do see the homie Queen Blueface in the
building. What's good, love?
I see Iron Nation in the building. What's up, fam? Thank you for being here. Meet the Cheetah.
What's up, love?
What's going on? I see Cage, El Vampiro, Borracho.
Oh, you don't say. ¿Qué pasa, El Vampiro?
We got Toolman 55. What's up, player?
Yo,
why you are in the motherfucking building.
Fam, right there.
Player?
Let's go.
Here, bro. Got Malcolm Xlax.
Malcolm, man, how the mighty have
fallen.
Yeah, let's rush right over that. Let's keep it moving.
No street no more. No street no more. Bounty in the building.
Bounty was good.
Man? Thank you for being here, fam. Appreciate you. Got the homie Big Boy Mike.
Woo, bro was good.
What's up, fam? Thank you for being here, bro. Game Shark in the building. Twinkle, baby.
Twinkle.
Got Masshole 1970. Who got twinkled?
Listen.
Oh, all right. Masshole 1977.
Masshole?
You, man.
Okay. What's good?
Our neighbor right there in Mass.
Okay.
Got Mac 22 TH54.
What's good,
up,
love?
Man? Thank you for being here.
Thank you for rocking out.
Appreciate you. Dark Angelic
Yes.
in the building.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Hey, it's fun fact. I see people making fun of the idea of our internet, but it literally went out again last night for no reason. It's pretty wild. No twinkles. There's always twinkles. Gun Griffin in the building. What's up, man?
Gun Griffin was good.
Thinking you're onto something here. It says called it PlayStation getting out of consoles.
Yeah.
I mean, I really think that they're getting that first party. That first party game looks.
They don't want to count anymore because they're all Xboxes.
They're like, damn, every time we say we got more consoles, there's more Xboxes on the market now. Just saying, it's the reality of the situation. The game adaptation.
Yo.
Newscast. Adaptation. Words, you know what I'm saying? Sarissa in the building.
Sarissa was good.
Jesse B, what's going on, player?
Yo, Jesse.
Jean-Marc Louis.
Oh, Jean-Marc Louis.
What's up, man? Thank you for being here. Maurice Branch in the building.
What's up, Maurice?
What's up, man?
How we doing tonight?
Doom the Dark Ages all afternoon and enjoying it. Yeah.
That's what's up. Enjoy. Have fun. Fire.
Sherwin Williams in the building. What's up, man? Becca in the building.
Becca, what's good, my girl?
I see over here we have the homie Iron Nation in the building. Member for 3 months, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, love.
Homie. Says Doom the Dark Ages is fire. And I finished South of Midnight number bangers. Oh, hashtag bangers, hashtag quality. Facts. South of Midnight was fucking fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, love to see all the love and support I keep seeing it having, which is awesome.
Agreed.
Doom the Dark Ages, it hits, man.
It does. It's badass.
It hits real good. They nailed it.
Agreed.
You got the homie Ryu Art in the building with
What's
that $2
up,
from the
man?
chat.
What's
Appreciate
good?
it, fam. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Says Jade Raymond couldn't finish crappy Fairgames. Ouch. Dude. Honestly,
we were just talking about it too, by the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, well, we got our answer.
Dude, it's like the game that, like, this is just like clearly, we were just making fun of the name and everything.
Yep.
Like Fairgames, who's excited for that? Who's gonna be excited for that?
They're not.
Nobody. Wait till we read about it. That's what's really gonna make it spicy.
Another plug pulled.
100%. Then we have our boy, motherfucking Dark Angelic.
Thank you
for being here, man. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
Says, please. I was like, what the fuck does that say? But that's obviously a typo. Please consider becoming a member for as low as $5 a month, so CMoney can upgrade his dial-up internet connection. God damn it. You know what I feel? I feel like they fuck you over. I feel like they start you out real good.
Yeah,
and then they start fucking with you like, damn, things are looking rough over there. Maybe you should upgrade.
Maybe.
It's like, bitch, why can't your shit just work?
Right?
Why?
I'm just saying, it was working before. What changed? Changed? Are you supposed to get better with time? Right? You would think.
But
up your game?
Clearly, that's not the way. That's not the way they do it.
No, they're getting lazy, right?
100%.
Gotta cut a bitch loose.
I mean, those are just all beautiful words put together for sure. 100%. I see Knight of Cypher in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. Destroyer in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. We got the clown. What's his name? Dauntless the clown.
Okay.
I see him.
Listen, the whole circus is out to play.
He's always crying in the comments or on the Xbox. Xbox is bad. Xbox sucks. Shut the fuck up.
I'll just be over here buying Xbox games on my PlayStation.
Xbox is a dark place. Oh, why do they make more money than PlayStation? What a loser! You know
hello? The circus is calling. Get the fuck back in your tent.
Oh, man. That's
man.
hilarious.
These gallopers, bro.
It's
They're
amazing.
wild.
It's amazing, for sure. For sure. We have our brother, motherfucking Michael Yu, in the building.
Let's go.
Thank you for being here, bro.
Yes. Thank you for rocking out. What do we got?
He says,
Yes.
hi, guys.
What's up, love?
Sony is taking mismanaging their studios to another level. Let's see if the media gives Sony the same energy they always give to Microsoft about their studios. My guess is no, they won't. Yeah. The news is already out. There would have been 48 hit pieces about how Xbox is failing and how they don't deserve to be anywhere near the gaming industry, and how they destroyed Jade Raymond and ruined her legacy.
Yep, her reputation.
Because they couldn't manage their studio. Goddamn.
Listen,
right, Michael,
listen. We're here to give them the smoke.
Listen, you can always count on us. All right? You can always count on us.
Yes.
There will be no bitch assness. We will give the smoke where it's deserved to the losers. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, someone's got to tell them.
Facts. Rachie. In the building. What's up, homie? He says, I heard Stellar Blade will have de novo and will be region locked like most PlayStation first-party games. Well, I mean, listen, we'll see if anybody cares when it gets over there. I mean, we know there's the porkers, you know what I'm saying? Those guys. That are definitely going to be getting it, but how many?
Have we seen anything, any outrage about the re-release and, you know, the new outfits, the free Stellar Blade that may be out in the streets? Listen, she's for the streets now.
She is for the streets. She is for the streets. So they find out they losing exclusives. They found out consoles don't matter to PlayStation. They found out their favorite studio, fucking Haven, is getting fucking the leader's gone. I'm
what
sure
a rough Thursday.
I'm sure that means they're gonna be fucking.
I feel so bad.
It's been an amazing Thursday. What a Thursday for them, huh? I love it. Glorious. Did I say Service a lot? I don't give a shit. Service a lot in the building.
3 times, baby. Let's go.
Listen. By the way,
yes,
I put that she was fired. She was absolutely fired, right?
We're going to talk about it. We're going to analyze the situation.
Yeah.
We're not here to just go by what they're putting out there. No. You know, there's always more to it.
Facts. Anarchy Threat.
Yo.
In the building.
What's good?
Thank you for being here, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you for rocking out.
Thank you for rocking out. Vince C in the building.
What's up, Ben?
Ponies. PlayStation is cooked. We need to start changing the narrative.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to try to find a way. I don't know how. I don't know how you get out of this one, right? Because the last bastion was console sales, right? Like that was
That's all they had.
That was their last safe haven.
Oh, we're not feeling so safe now. Where are we going to now? Where are we going?
I don't know. What can the narrative possibly be? Well, you guys get too many games in Game Pass. You guys got too many. You get too much value for your money. You guys are losers with all your free games that you get.
Oh man.
I can't wait to see.
Pony's too brokey to keep up with Xbox games.
I can't wait to see. We heard it.
Now, bitch.
Xbox in third place. Xbox in third place. Okay? Xbox in third place. That's gonna be that's the only thing they're gonna have left. Xbox in third place. But like, how do you calculate third place, bro?
PlayStation's like, can you sign me up for third place?
Yeah, can I be in third place?
Please.
Is it like by the amount of games that they release? Ooh, not third place there. Is it about the amount of money that they make? Ooh, not third place there. And Sony told y'all that they could give 3 shits about the console sales.
Oh, they did. They did. Things have changed.
So
changed.
Interesting enough, there doesn't seem to be much room for you guys to come up with a new narrative, but you will, and I will be waiting so we can make fun of you.
Shut it down.
Relentlessly forever until you guys just concede and disappear.
Yeah.
And then just turn your channels into like, Xbox is pretty damn great. Thank God for Xbox. Hashtag Xbox be God. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm. Once I start seeing that, then we'll leave you guys alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's the only
out.
That's the only out for you guys, for sure. Hold on. What am I looking at over here? I do see that we have our homie Be Nice in the motherfucking building. Went ahead and gifted an On Point for Gamer membership.
Thank you so much.
Dude. Thank you, my brother, man. Appreciate you, homie. Y'all know what to do.
Tell him, baby.
Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest member, man. We appreciate you, homie.
Thank you, Be
and
Nice.
I believe that is Big Mad Mo.
Ooh, let's go.
Shout out to Big Mad Mo. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you for being
Welcome,
here.
love. And Be Nice. Thank you so much.
Update this banner.
So dope of you.
Be Nice, not messing around.
No,
Be Nice.
we appreciate it.
I'm gonna get on that goddamn banner.
That's right.
Can't stop me. Be Nice. Gifted. Appreciate you, fam.
Thank you.
All right, let's see who else we got.
And a reminder to the gallopers to be nice. You know,
facts. The homie Demon Time Reezy.
Yo,
my dude, member for 10 motherfucking months. Thank you, my
Let's
dude.
go.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Says, why is Sony hanging on like a loose tooth in baby gums? Just shut down already. It's best to go by a quick delete than a slow delete, right?
Damn.
I'm just saying. Damn.
Wow. Okay. I like that. I haven't heard that. I'm digging it.
Yeah. Those were daggers.
Yeah, for sure. That's wild.
Wow.
That's wild.
I mean, it's true. They're literally just hanging on.
It's embarrassing.
And when I say, like, this is the thing. Know your strengths.
Yes.
Right? Know your strengths. We can all agree that PlayStation did a superior job of embedding the name PlayStation into the casual market, right? I think that's clear. People who don't know any better walk into a store, huh? What's this? I need a console. PlayStation? Okay. Buy it. Okay, where can I play Fortnite? Fortnite?
No questions asked.
PlayStation? Okay. Swipe. Right? They did it.
Swipe.
They did it. Also, just to be clear, you got to also remember that there's millions and millions. I would say the most millions of Fortnite players who play on PlayStation don't spend a motherfucking dime on microtransactions.
Oh, for sure. Sure.
So, like, just understand the same thing with Roblox, right? So, like, anybody, think about this, who bought a PlayStation and just plays Fortnite and Roblox, spends $0. They don't have to be subscribed to any monthly service from PlayStation to do it. That's why they don't care about their console sales, because they have a lot of people
that
who are just playing free-to-play games and not spending a penny on them. So, but I mean, look, PlayStation as a first-party studio just needs to stop. They do, or become boutique. You know what I'm saying? Just be like, hey, yeah, we're gonna make like
we're gonna lay down right here if y'all don't mind and play dead.
That's wild.
You know,
they could say, hey, we're gonna release one game a year, if that, which is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right. But like, you then need to have these ponies, like the ponies need to start realizing that they are no longer a major player in the, publishing market. Right.
It's funner when they don't know. When they don't know what's going on. Right.
I mean, it is because it's funny.
Hilarious.
And this is the good news for all of us here.
Yes.
The ponies are too stupid to stop.
Oh, for sure.
So we're going to have so much fun continuously beating down on them as they think that they're winning. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like it's a beautiful thing. But we're gonna keep doing it. It's gonna be glorious. I love it. So happy. And to think, so many people like started crying and what am I gonna do with my channel? All this stuff, you know, when Xbox had all these people who thought they were down and I'm leaving. Screw Xbox. Screw what they are. And they left just to have PlayStation be like, so yeah, Microsoft is right. Everything they say is the truth. All right. We're going to try to do everything that they are doing that we can do. Unfortunately, we're too broke to really compete, but we're going to follow in their footsteps as closely as we can.
They're just obviously being selective and seeing what they can kind of like go ahead and do out of everything that Xbox is doing right now, because the reality is that, you know, their games are shit. They're not going to compete with the software. I mean, come on. Even if they release that one game, what difference is that going to make? If anything, it's going to make it worse. You're going to go ahead and invest and no one's going to show up. And if they do, definitely not. You're probably not going to make your money back. So at this point, the fact that they haven't tapped out and said, we're done bleeding out. Enough is enough. I mean, I can't even give them props for it, you know, because there's like, oh no, I won't be taken down, right? But you're finding ways. But you just see them hit the same wall and it's just pathetic.
It is pathetic.
Yeah.
It is. And again, I mean, listen, as long as they keep selling consoles, you know, we got a new figure. They sold more. This is good news.
Oh, that's awesome.
So there's more people going to be buying
Xbox
games. We love it. We're very excited for it. Wait till that June showcase. Damn, they're ready. You know, they tight down there. They're like waiting.
Ready.
They can't even let it breathe down there. They're so tight right now because they're just clenching, waiting for that June showcase to hope that they'll see some games that they're going to be able to purchase for $70, $80, whatever.
Maybe even $100.
Maybe even $100.
Yes.
Whatever that number is.
Listen, we're happy. We're happy to sell them to you. You know? Come get your games.
100%.
And don't forget, because this is my favorite part, when you guys wish list or pre-order these games, just like put up the receipts on Twitter.
Share it out. Let everybody know.
Let us know. Yes, we want to make sure that we're aiming at the right clowns.
That's right. 100%.
You know?
Game Shark in the building. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Twinkle, baby.
Yeah.
$2 super chat. Appreciate you, homie. Says, Crab Gamer gonna call Hulse a bum, right? And resign? Yeah. Of course not, because nobody cares about Hulse. Everybody only cares about Phil, and that's why he thinks he's going to make an impact.
Is he still going with his daily diary? Dear Diary.
Day 10. It's like, every day I'm going to do this, and every day I'm going to prove to the world that I have nothing better else to do in my life.
Not even better. There's literally nothing else, right? Nothing else going on that can be taking place.
Nope.
That's just the only answer.
He has all the free time in the world,
man,
to ask the CEO of a $1 trillion organization to resign.
No one's looking for Crab Gamer. No one's trying to engage.
Or not the CEO, the president.
Interact.
You know what he is.
Go touch some grass.
The highest guy in the Xbox gaming division, the gaming, whatever they call it, wherever his position is now. Phil's so fucking high up there, nobody even knows, right? But how do you spend your days doing this? You have nothing better to do. That's some real loser shit. I'm not going to lie. That's like some real hobo. Like,
it's a whole other level, right? Because even if you have nothing else, like you have nothing to do, you're like, all right, well, let me enjoy my time alone, right? This motherfucker's like, nope. I'm gonna go and write to Phil.
Facts.
Man.
Like, Phil slapped him up one time. You know what he's hoping for, right?
Oh, another response.
He wants to get slapped up again.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
what
He's
do you
like,
call those
get me on
people?
the other side.
What do you
get
call
me on the
those
other side,
people
Phil?
who like to get slapped for pleasure?
Oh. Damn.
On to the next one. Our
Let's
boy.
go.
Big Mix Gaming, my dude.
Big
Thank
Mix
you, my
was
brother, for being here,
good.
man. Thank you for that $2 super chat.
Thank
Says,
you, love.
Ponies, time for a new name. Sony Cookies.
Oh.
Cabrones.
Oh.
That one might not pass, the YouTube censorship if we be writing that shit.
No,
around.
no, not at all.
Probably
not
not.
at all.
But
you're on the right track.
You're there.
Yeah.
You're there for sure. Absolutely.
It's camouflage.
Yeah,
Right?
this is the reality of what it is. Oh man, I love it. I love it. Our homie, Knight of Cypher. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Thank you for that $5 super chat, fam.
Thank you so much.
Says Reforge and his gang of daddy issues. Oh shit.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. That's real wild.
Wow.
Are leaving Sony for Nintendo in droves. They need that whip. Wow. It's real wild. Reforge and his gang of daddy issues.
Yo. He felt that.
That's real wild. You know what else is real wild?
What?
Motherfucking La Rin.
Yo.
In the building. Went ahead and gifted 5.
Yo.
On point.
That's
for
so
gamer
dope of you.
Memberships, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, fam. Appreciate
That's
you, homie.
what's up. Thank you.
Y'all know what to do.
Tell him, baby.
Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest members, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Let me
there we go.
Let me see who you are. Who you are. You got Moonlight Ace.
Yo.
You got Bucky 64.
Bucky, what's good?
You got Jason Redmond.
Let's go.
You have Luis Jimenez. And you got Dark Paladin. Appreciate each and every one of y'all.
Thank you guys.
So much
Welcome.
for rocking out with us.
And La Rin, thank you so much.
La Rin, you're awesome, man. Thank you guys. All right, let me see. Hold on. And then, of course, we have our motherfucking homie, Pragmatic Eagle.
What's good? Happy Thursday.
Thank you, my dude. Appreciate you, fam, for being here. Thank you for that $10 super chat, homie. Oh, hold on. Wait. We gotta do some updating.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's go here. The biggest super chat. That was gonna be real weird. Pragmatic.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Oh shit. And then Lauren with the 5 gifted. There we go. Dunzo. Beautiful. All right. Pragmatic Eagle with that 10. Appreciate you, fam. Says shout out to the homies, homegirls in the chat.
Let's go.
F Nintendo.
Yes.
Facts. Haters.
Tell them.
Please delete yourselves. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Fire.
Seriously.
Oh, shit. I'm just lurking tonight while power washing my house.
Woo. Let's go.
CMoney and Doodle. Pound. Yo.
Thank you, love.
Appreciate you, fam. Thank you so much, man. And power washing your house, that's like meditative, right? Like you could just like shh.
It's soothing.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when we put on rain sounds to go to sleep.
Yes.
Just like
don't fall asleep while power washing your house. All right? Let's
wake
not.
up in a pool and shit in his lawn. Oh man, that's funny. Oh shit, one more. All right. And then we do have the homie Demon Time Reezy. What's up, my dude?
Yo,
thank you, my brother. Thank you for that $2 super chat.
Thank you.
Says Neil still trying to give his mountain hoe a push. Oh shit. Mountain hoe.
Lego hoe?
Neil Druckmann didn't make Lego hoe.
Allie.
So who's mountain hoe? Abby?
No.
Allie? Aloy?
From Intergalactic, maybe? Trying to push it?
Did you mix wires, Demon? Are you talking about Holst? Are you talking about Herman? The mountain hole? Or is Neil, are you talking about Abby in the mountain? Or Ellie?
She did fall down.
I mean,
yes, intergalactic. I thought he was talking about
anal galactic.
Oh,
nice. Oh shit.
That's not so nice.
That's not so nice. Oh shit. That's real wild, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Interesting, for sure. Interesting for sure. All right. I see.
Yo, Demon. Tyrese said either one of them.
Oh shit.
He don't care.
He don't care.
Said pick whoever.
Oh my god. See Rodella Verse in the building. What's up,
Rodella,
man?
what's good?
Thank you for being here, homie. Appreciate you, man. APIMB, what's going on, player?
What's up?
Man, I heard you pop that bottle over there.
Listen, I was gonna bring it to you, but I'm kicked out of my monitor over here, so I can't.
I feel like the double shot's not strong enough anymore.
Okay, see.
Now that the triple shot.
We do not need you on a triple shot. No, that moment has passed.
That this
one and done. It's over.
Now I need like double this. So I get like a quadruple shot.
Definitely not.
I see Lawrence Davenport in the building. What's up, man? Sin, what's going on?
Sin was good.
Appreciate you, fam. Thank you for rocking out. Mr. Kima in the building.
Mr. Kima, what's
up? On life support. That's bars. 100%. All right. Let me see. Spartan 661 in the building. What's up,
Spartan
man?
was good. Happy Thursday, love. Thank you for rocking out. See, Cage is with me. No triple shot. Starbucks.
No triple shot.
Not for you.
How dare you? Arnie in the building. What's up, man? Sappho. What's up, man?
Yo, what's good, fam? How we doing?
Sappho says, first of all, Sappho, thank you for being here.
Thank
you. Says, somebody, please explain this for me. How do you double down on gas games in one breath, then give Jade Raymond walking papers? That's a good question. So Jade Raymond has been working on Fairgames since what, 2021?
Yeah, it's been like 4 years.
It's been like 4 years. And I mean, look, we're going to talk about it in the topics coming up pretty soon, but let's just say, you have to show something that people are excited for. And just put it this way. The same people who saw this game and said, the fuck we will, and like got rid of her and said, we got to pivot this bitch, are the same people that said, Concord, a go. Marathon, a go.
I mean,
Gummy Bears, a go.
Puts into question, was it that bad? Or was it actually something worth putting out?
Nah, it was
right?
It was gonna be that bad.
I mean, I'm just saying, they didn't put out factions too.
Yeah, they're real messed up.
Yeah,
they're real messed up for sure.
This opposite game that they're playing, I mean, we don't know.
Mont's PBM in the building. What's up, fam?
Yo,
thank you for being here. Wilfrey Rosario. What's up, man?
Yo, what's good?
He has a good question. Will Kind of Funny put out a video on mismanagement at Sony.
Okay.
They did Xbox years back. Interesting. Something tells me that they will probably not. They will probably not. I think at the end of the day, it's not looking good regardless of how you cut it. So the future's not bright for any of them.
So I think that PlayStation has been mismanaging for quite a while now. And if no one's trying to call it out, I don't think they're going to start now.
Agreed. It doesn't look promising.
That's the Xbox thing, you guys.
Xbox people would go nuts, right?
Yes.
Not the real Xbox people. You know, the bot, the pony bots.
The pony bots, yes.
They'll have to give them the righteous smoke. You know what I'm saying? They got to let them know. But everybody else, nah, they're all right. The homie Edward Lafferty in the building.
Edward, what's good?
Says, not surprised Fairgames conferred delayed, but I am surprised Jade was let go. The playtest must have been much worse than expected. Sony seems touchy about bad playtests these days. Wonder why.
Oh, another one bites the dust.
Well, you know, I feel like this is the thing. I think they thought Fairgames was going to be ready this year. And I think that now they're looking at it saying, okay, this shit is worse than we thought. We need to now pivot and fix this situation. Therefore, we need to go ahead and get rid of her because she costs us a lot of money.
I bet she does.
And we're going to take that money and put it into finishing this game.
And this is the thing. When Concord wasn't up to standards, what did they do? They kept going, right? And they threw a lot more money in. So to go ahead and have the same situation take place and have the same outcome that they did with Concord, that is that's too risky for them.
Agreed.
And I don't think they're willing to take that chance.
No.
I can only imagine that it was at least 2 to 4 more years out, and a lot more money in. So,
yeah, that's the reality, right? So I don't think like it's a like I really don't think it's something that they were ever going to come out on the right side with, no matter how much money they keep dumping into this thing. So
agreed.
Fairgames, it looks like they literally got rid of her, and you know, they have these, you know, again, we're going to talk about it, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they think that they're still, maybe they already invested too much and they don't want to get rid of the game right this second. They want to see if they do like a last ditch effort. Who knows? Again, we'll talk about it, but you know, it is what it is. I see Green Ninja in the building.
Yo,
what's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you. Who's this? Oh, snap. Our homie. Juan Antonio Escudero de Leon.
Woo!
Has just become
an
On Point Squad member. That is what the fuck it is, man.
That's what's up, Juan Antonio Escudero de Leon.
To do.
Tell him, baby.
Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat.
Yes.
Welcome our newest member, man.
Welcome.
Juan
Thank
Antonio
you.
Escudero de Leon.
Yes.
Appreciate you, fam.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, homie.
Bienvenido.
And then we do have our homie Game Shark in the building. My brother, thank you for being here.
Game Shark, what's up?
Says, sorry, Jade. Your services are no longer required. We've got frogs now. Twinkle, twinkle, baby. Yo.
Twinkle, twinkle.
I can imagine they watch the game and it looks dope and shit going crazy. And they go and they huddle afterwards and they go to her. And she's like, you guys liked it? Really good, right? And they're like, we're going to have to let you go. She's like, what the fuck? Why? You have 0 frogs in the game. And as you can see, we've pivoted
to a new direction.
To a frog-friendly zone, okay? We want frogs everywhere. You're gone. That's what I feel took place. Sorry for them. You're right, Game Shark. We've got frogs now. That's the way they are. Twinkle, twinkle, baby. Appreciate you, fam.
She got twinkled.
She did get
twinkled. And not in a good way.
I don't think she's going to be happy.
No.
With that.
No.
At all.
But listen, man, this is like a reoccurring situation. So maybe she knew she was just there to collect for as long as she could. And then, you know, move it along. Maybe she always knew that the game wasn't going to make it out.
I mean, that's possible too.
You know, the fact that she keeps talking herself into more and more jobs. I mean, kudos. But
I agree. I see Ren in the building.
Ren was good.
What's up, man? I appreciate you. RJ, the truth lies. What's going on, fam? G maybe in the building.
What's up, OG?
Our homie. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, my brother. All right. Creeper Eva Evo Creeper Evo X.
Okay.
What's up, man? Thank you.
What's
for being here.
good?
Appreciate you, fam. Chris H. Senior. What's going on, man? Thank you for being here, bro. All right. I think we're good. Let me just make sure, double check. Anybody else? E Ranks in the building. Look at
E
that.
Ranks, what's up?
E Ranks in the building. What is going on, man? Thank you for being here. Appreciate you, brother. E Rank says Sony attempting to extinguish their dumpster fires with gasoline. We love to see it. Damn.
They're like, step aside. We got this.
That's real. Wild.
That sounds about right.
Damn.
Jim told them what to do.
He really did. Really did. It's a problem.
Mean, at this point, just burn it all down. You know?
You would think that they should just do it. Just rip the Band-Aid. You know what I'm saying? Scarlet Scarab in the building. What's up, man? Scarlet. Thank you for being here. Tiandre Willis Sr. What's going on, man? Thank you for being here, bro. All right. The Duck of Death. What's going on, player? Appreciate you. Okay. Oh, what's this? Hold on. All right. We're about to hop into this topic, but we got our boy Demon Time Reezy in the building.
Let's go.
Chat. Appreciate you, fam.
Thank you.
Says the Shadow Realm gained a new resident with Jade. Yeah, I mean, I really don't see a world where you hear an announcement in a few months like, I joined.
I don't think we're going to hear that, but I also don't think there will be anyone out there excited to hear that. Like, oh man, I can't wait to see how this plays out, you know? Unless it's like PlayStation again.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, it will have to be like a small company who's like, well, any press is good press. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
If we hire her, even though we know that means guaranteed our game is going to fail or get canceled. Excuse me. I don't think that would be the only way. They would be like, it'd be worth it just for the publicity, regardless of what it is.
As long as they bench her, you know.
I'm gonna need some water.
Oh, the baby. Hold on. Let me see.
All right. Green Ninja says, what is keeping you guys at Xbox? Sincerely. Well, first of all, nothing's keeping us because we're not I wouldn't leave. So nothing's keeping me here. Xbox is my shit. So I love Xbox, love Xbox games, Game Pass, controller, the services of the actual excuse me, my fucking throat. Did you ask?
Hold on, baby. Hold on.
So everything they do with backwards compatibility, everything, and the way that the actual company is, Plus, I like to know that I'm backing the big dog. I'm not interested in like what's those stories? Underdog stories. Like the broke bitch rises up to become great. Nah, I'm not hoping.
I mean,
I'm not gonna sit there.
Isn't PlayStation the big dog?
No, they're a little baby bitch. they're
not according to the Gallivers.
They're worth so little. Xbox farts the money that's worth that Sony is worth. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, just basic idea of what it means, makes sense to me, right? But yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. We're not going after the losers. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, User for Games, what's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. Look,
I always find that question so interesting because I feel like it's a common sense situation, right? When it comes to why would anyone, I think the bigger question it's why would anyone stay over at PlayStation, or what's keeping people there, or
Thank you.
it's just that doesn't make any sense. So I never
that would be
understand,
the real question,
right?
I feel
like that.
if there's anybody to ask that to is the PlayStation
Exactly.
people, right?
Like I can't necessarily, I have trouble entertaining that question because I feel like it's almost like a mocky question.
Like we have eyes, right? We know there's one place that is making games on a consistent basis, right? We know there's one company who is putting those games into a service day one. There's one company taking high quality third-party games and put into the service day one. I mean, there's only one company that continuously does any back compat games or anything like that, upgrades them because of the system, not because they charged us $10 more. I mean, the list goes on and on.
It does. And it's almost like, where are we going with it? You know what I mean? Like, because it's, again, the question itself doesn't make any sense.
Facts.
So.
Agreed. Fillmore Pockets in the building. What's up, fam?
Yo.
Says the question is what keeps gamers at PlayStation when you can get Game Pass Ultimate for $2 more than PlayStation Plus? This isn't the PS4 gen. The PS5 is garbage.
Garbage.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like I have a PlayStation, like we have them. We have the Switch. Why can't they produce a game that gets us excited to play it?
Yep. Why can't the Switch have more power? The list of questions, they're endless. Why can't, they manage, right? Why is Nintendo boosting up their prices the way they are? I mean, I'm still trying to figure out the reason. I'm joking. I don't care enough to try to figure out the reason. They're just not getting my money. But, they're out here doing a bunch of nonsense. And
I mean, technically they got our money, right? They got the Switch. They got the PlayStation. This is the thing. The question is, do they get our money again? And as we just saw, the Switch 2 did not get our money.
Nada.
So will the PlayStation 6 show us something that makes us feel like we have to get it? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it.
I doubt it too.
So
listen, look at what they showed up with after the PlayStation 5, right? They couldn't even themselves justify. And wait. Oh my goodness. I have a question. I'm seeing that they may raise the prices next year. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. I didn't put that in today's show. We're going to talk about that tomorrow.
Okay.
Because we don't have, the time to do so many
topics.
But
I was like, I was dumbfounded. I was like, is this like a real thing? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no.
Could you imagine? Like 700 wasn't bad enough.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's going to be this is going to be the most sobering time ever for a pony.
Yeah.
Right. Now, again, the PlayStation fans, people who just own PlayStation, we're just all gamers. It doesn't matter. Right. It's just the ponies that are a problem. So is this going to sober them the fuck out, man? Because there's really all these bullshit things that they try to pull. There's no more angle for them. Right. There's no narrative to spin. Literally, console sales was the narrative that they spun because that's the only thing they had left. And Sony went to them and said, shut the fuck up and sit down, little boy. Be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. We don't care about how many boxes we have. We care about how many people are using the boxes. That's the reality of what it is. And if you look at the numbers, their monthly active users, and we're going to talk about it, but those include PlayStation 4 players and PC players. And it's not impressive. Nowhere near Xboxes, I'll tell you that much. All right. Now, before we hop into this topic, we do have the homie Demo Flow Gaming. Boy will be here tomorrow.
Yes.
Member for 14 motherfucking months. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, fam.
Thank you. Thank you, Demo.
But why would market leader Sony copy dead Xbox? Can't wait to spank the gallopers tomorrow night.
Trae la chancleta. Trae la chancleta.
It's gonna be glorious.
It's gonna be a good night.
It's gonna be glorious. See, this is the thing. It's moments like this now, right? That I want you guys to think about. See, when we don't sit there and cry over every fucking little thing in the world, right? And we don't waver. We're not little bitches. We're not doubting everything and constantly complaining, right? And we watch all these other fucking people do it. And we're like, no, the fuck we will. This shit don't make sense. So we're not going to complain just to what? Make these other people happy, right? So when we don't do it, right? And we just stick to our guns and then shit like this happens.
Yeah.
And then you watch all those people who were dooming and glooming Xbox, talk about how shitty everything was, turn around and talk about how great a position that Xbox is in. And look at how PlayStation's copying Xbox. And it's like, fam, why do you need PlayStation to justify your beliefs and your thoughts? Right?
Exactly.
This just proves out the theory that they do it for the ponies, right? They do it for the ponies, right? Because they feel like, oh man, the ponies got this one on me. So I got to say this. If not, the ponies are going to come at me. So they do it for the ponies. Because as soon as PlayStation's like, actually, no, we don't care. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, yes, finally, PlayStation gave us the green light. So now we can say this stuff. It's like, come on, man. Just be a real
I'm
Xbox
trying
fan,
to
bro.
get back in because I'm about to go in. I can't click on anything. My monitor is down.
Going on what?
I'm gonna need you to look at your phone because I have limited vision here and I can't click on anything. Woo! Okay. Listen, we're going in hard tonight. And I'm trying to fix this freaking thing. And I can't. Hold on.
Are you talking about this thing that you sent me?
Oh, yeah. Hold up.
That one thing, that's what you want me to pick up?
Yeah, but I can't, like, I'm limited over here with what I'm seeing and what I'm able to do.
So,
you know,
do you want to keep going down this thing, or do you want to just go to our show? Like at
it's
this
up
point,
to
you're just
you.
feeding
But
into
listen,
the same shit.
Listen, ponies get in somehow, right? Ponies get in somehow. You thought you were slick, you stupid little bitch. You're apparently a pony. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you be. Go ahead.
Up to
Go
you.
ahead. I'm gonna make something clear, right? Fanboy aside, the fan situation aside, right? I think that when we're looking at these goddamn gallopers out here with no games, spending $700 on a console with no benefits, and they're sitting there like a bunch of fucking pickle riders and cocksuckers, right? And they're taking it in from every hole they have. And they sit there crying on Twitter like a bunch of miserable fucks because that's what they are, right? They don't have anything to live for because PlayStation is their identity, right? And when PlayStation's got you working 2-3 jobs, right? To afford their console, because let's face it, you still live in your mama's basement, right? So when you're out there just struggling and your brand is just dying and all you can do in order to entertain yourself is go ahead and buy those Xbox games that you claim to hate so freaking much, right? That's being a fanboy, right? That's being a fangirl. When I am running around and I'm looking at the mother freaking facts, and I knew your goddamn question was shady as fuck, because no one in their right mind can possibly ask such a stupid brainless, brain dead fucking question, right? Because I think we all can come to a conclusion and understand why this ecosystem makes sense, right? So when you hit up with some dumbass question, we just hear the neighing coming from a mile away. So don't come to us with some stupid fanboy bullshit, you dumb fuck, because it seems like the only fanboy around here, it's you, right? Okay. Now we can start the show. This freaking thing. So annoyed.
I think
with this monitor.
Bars. You know what I'm saying? Slapping up a hole.
Always a dumb bitch around. It's always a dumb bitch around.
La Rin sums it up pretty good here. Member for 5 months. Doodle crushing the ponies into glue.
Thank you. Someone's got to tell these clowns they have nothing left to do but just to roam the streets, hoping for someone to give them some sort of attention with their dumbass bullshit, pretending to be bots. Come on, man. That's a new low. That's a new low.
That was glorious. Glorious. All right. Well, I think that's the perfect way to start the show. Let me go ahead and get my stuff ready to go. I'm finding it. Should have been doing it, but I was captivated by the slaughter that I was watching taking place.
Some fucking dumb shit. And they take this idea that, well, it's just a dude, yo, listen. There's a reason why there are barriers around, right?
All right. This is the one here. Okay. So, all right. This week I have this felt right to do. So let me take this. I'm gonna share this. Do this. Go here. Okay, money. Go here. Okay, beautiful. Let me take my chapter. Man, that was a bloodbath.
We knew the clowns were out.
Well,
the tents are freaking burning down.
I mean, we knew there were going to be some casualties. You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew they were going to come out like, I don't know what to do. And then they'll show up here and, start talking reckless. It's always the one that we let relax for a little while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Always. It's like, dude, just come on, man. You stepped into the wrong hood thinking that you're just going to say whatever the fuck you want. All right. You ready? Chapter 1. Chapter mother effing 1. What a glorious start. That's right. PlayStation has fired Jade Raymond. She is gone like the wind because her game.
She's fired, all right.
Ass. That's right. Fairgames is doomed, guys. Fairgames is doomed. Let's go ahead and bring up series of situations here. I'm starting with MBG.
All right, let's go.
One of the head ponies in charge out there. You have a tweet for him that says, the report says she left a few weeks after an internal test evaluation of Fairgames took place. Very bad sign for this project and studio. Okay, so first we have to fix his thing because it wasn't an internal test. If I'm not mistaken, it was an external test. In the internal test, they were all just looking at it like, ooh, this is good. Once that went out and they did it more broadly to outside of their immediate studio, that's where shit hit the fan. And then Shinobi goes and says Jade Raymond has left PlayStation. There's a Bloomberg article. Let's see if we're going to be able to to read the whole thing. Unlock. Ooh, it was gifted. Wow. Thank you. Okay, so PlayStation executive Jade Raymond leaves studio she founded. She was fired, guys. Let's stop the fucking sugarcoating. She was told, get the fuck gone on your own, or we're gonna
walk
the heater to
out.
the dome. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, okay, I'll take my stuff. Bye-bye. Right? That's what happened.
Give me my box.
Can I have the box? They looked at her like, bitch, please. that box ain't yours. The fuck out of here.
We're keeping everything.
Hope you have digital copies of your pictures.
Right.
All right. So it says her company. It's not her company no more. Haven Studios. Man, we should go back to read when she first announced Haven Studios, how it was going to be a safe place for developers to do their best work. In which she forgot to put a little asterisk, said it wouldn't be so safe for me. No, it's not safe for you, homie. You're gone.
She's out.
So her company, Haven Studios, is developing an online shooter called Fairgames. Fairgames is all one word, guys. Oh, and they remember it used to be like the $sign because they thought they were fucking hippies or they thought they were going to be cool and put a $sign for the S. They dropped the $sign. It's just
because they ain't gonna make no money.
Oh shit. Oh shit!
Oh, there's no more money. The money has been spent.
Wow. That's real crazy. What's also real crazy is that you guys weren't looking at the thing that I was reading, but I caught it before I got too deep.
I'm trying to freaking figure out this damn thing, so I can't see what you've got going on over there.
Where I caught it before I got too far.
Good job.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so this is the summary of Bloomberg. We'll read the summary and then we'll read the whole thing. Summary. Jade Raymond, founder and head of Sony's Haven Studios, has left the company. The departure came after an external test of Haven's first game, Fairgames, which some developers were concerned about due to its reception and progress. PlayStation is committed to supporting Haven Studios and will continue with new co-studio heads Marie-Eve Denise and Pierre-Francois Sapinski. Interesting. All right. Now to the actual article. Jade Raymond, the founder and head of Sony Group Corp's game developer Haven Studios, has left the company. PlayStation leadership didn't give Haven staff a reason for wow. I didn't even read this part. Bro, I didn't even read this part.
Okay, tell us. Can't see it, babe.
PlayStation leadership didn't give Haven staff a reason for her departure.
They don't even know.
They came to work the next day and her office was empty. And they're like, yo, where's Jade? And they're like, you don't need to know.
She out and she ain't coming back. Maybe she just went to get the milk, you guys. That's wild.
Damn, that's real wild.
I mean, listen, they've spent enough money on her that maybe they don't even need, or maybe it's better to not even give an explanation, right? Sometimes it's best to just let it be and not ask questions.
Agreed. So, okay. So PlayStation leadership didn't give Haven staff a reason for her departure, but it came several weeks after an external test of Haven's first game, the online shooter Fairgames, according to people with knowledge of the matter. Some developers at Haven were concerned about how the game was received and its progress, said the people, who asked not to be identified because they aren't authorized to speak publicly. Jade Raymond has been an incredible partner and visionary force in founding Haven Studios, a PlayStation spokesperson said in a statement. We are deeply grateful for her leadership and contributions, and we wish her all the best in her next chapter. Listen, I can appreciate PlayStation trying to show face here and not, take Jade Raymond down, right?
Yeah.
And still give her an opportunity to find work after. I can appreciate that. But let's be clear. This was not a friendly, you know what? I think I'm not want to do this no more. Oh, okay. You sure? Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I don't want to do it. Oh, you sure? Yeah. No, that did not take place here. This was hey, did you like my game that I've been working on here? No, it sucked ass. Well, what do you want me to do? Leave.
Get to stepping.
Like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like this was not a nice little conversation. It was get the fuck out of here. You took our money and wasted it. All right.
I mean, shame on them for letting it get to that point though. Right? Like, I feel
it seems like they were letting them ride, right? Like they were letting them rock. They were letting them just work or cook, as they say. You know what I'm saying? They were letting them cook. I honestly think that they thought it was going to be ready for this year, and then it just went to shit. But let's continue reading this, and then we'll have a deeper thought. So, Fairgames, announced in 2023, is one of the few entries remaining in a slate of live service games greenlit by PlayStation several years ago. PlayStation had said it planned to release more than a dozen titles designed to generate recurring revenue from players, but many of those games were canceled or released to disastrous results, such as last year's Concord, an online shooter that was pulled from stores after less than 2 weeks. Fairgames was originally slated for release in fall 2025, but had been delayed to next spring, the people said. Raymond didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. A longtime video game industry executive, Raymond previously worked at Ubisoft, Electronic Arts, and Google Stadia. She founded Haven in 2021. So for 4 years, they've been working on that shit show of a game. And of course, if you're Sony, you think to yourself, 4 years should be enough time. Yes?
I mean, to have something substantial, right?
Like something ready to go.
Yes.
Well, apparently, 4 years is not enough time to make something good for this team. The question is, when you think about how long they've been working on that damn game, how much money they put in to that game, right? Like, there has to be like a real fucked up situation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to know that you went and
the time to put the team together, the money that went and resources that went into freaking putting this game, getting it going. And then it's like, but we're talking about people, like you said, they sold Gummy Bears, they sold Concord, they sold Marathon. In this particular game was a problem. So,
I mean,
another cancel game?
Another cancel. I mean, it smells like it, right? It smells like it. You know, if you're a team member in Haven Studios, you're like, yo, update the resume, start looking now, because this is a sinking fucking ship.
Yeah.
Bro, but how many fucking studios do we have to talk about on PlayStation side like that? It's like every fucking studio is another sinking ship, like another shit waiting to drown. Bungie, Haven Studios, the people who make Days Gone. What is it? Bend Studios.
Bend Studio, yes.
These are all studios working with a fucking ticker. Media Molecule, the people who make Little Big Planet and Dreams or whatever the fuck. Like, these are all people working with on borrowed time. You know what I'm saying?
Dark Angelic says pre-canceled.
Pre-canceled. We got one of the dragons in the building. What's up?
Yo, what's good?
Thanks for that $2 super chat. Says she quit, biatch. Oh, that's funny. I don't know if she quit. I mean, she quit
Quit.
after being fired.
Yes.
Game Shark in the building with that $2 super chat. Appreciate you, homie.
Yo.
Says Jade making pottery and Jim Ryan behind her. Hashtag ghost. Oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
That sounds about right. Wow.
That's real wild. I'm not. That
was good. That was really
real
good.
That's some real crazy shit right there. But that was good. 108 Dragons back in the building. My boy, thank you for being here, man.
Thank you.
Chat says she made Concord 2. LOL. Facts. I mean, realistically speaking,
that would have been a W at this point with some of the stuff that we've been seeing. Come on, man. As soon as I saw Marathon, I was like, hashtag bring Concord back. We need to put that shit out there. I mean, the quality is just getting lower and lower. Man, what do we expect from PlayStation moving forward?
I mean,
what is there to expect? Right? At this point, if they release a Peppa Pig game, that would be a win, right?
Damn.
Don't you think?
It would be a W. It would be a W. I mean, honestly, it's real rough when you just look at literally the output of their teams and what they've been making. Like, they are literally in a situation where they're either like getting rid of people, canceling games, shutting down studios, like on a constant basis now.
Yep.
Like, they gave us a roadmap years ago that these games were on, and they've all just kind of fell apart in front of us. You know what I'm saying? Marathon was on that list. Look at that shit. Looks trash. It's lunch getting eaten by Arc Raiders. Like, there's no shot that game comes out and finds success.
But Ghost of Yotei is going to be safe, though. That's going to do well.
I mean, you can only hope for them that something fucking can
something hits.
Like, Jesus Christ. Hargeet should be in the building. What's up?
Yo.
Be here, brother. Rain, what's up, man? Appreciate you, fam. Yeah, I'm honestly, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild to think that essentially people play the game, they hate it.
Mm-hmm.
The studio's forced to scramble to figure out how do they fix what people hate. And then at a certain point, it still sucks. They all just look at it and say, we just made a copycat game. I mean, in a genre that is not popping anymore.
But that's the thing. They can't even copy correctly, right? And it's just like, even the Lego game, right? Hargeet told us they can't even follow the format of a Lego game. It's not what you'd expect. And it's like, it's written down for you guys. Can you just follow the trail? They can't even do that. So what is there to be expected? They want to copy things with like their own creativity and spin. And it's like, stop spinning shit. You're not good at it. Concord had what? Weekly story time? Freaking Gummy Bears had identity meetings. What else? You know? It's just a lot of weird shit.
Not a good look.
No.
Not a good look. It's a problem. Listen, be nice. Sums it up. You can't fire me because I quit. That's some crazy shit.
Man.
Oh my God.
I think because they've had, this was like, you know, a self-serving situation, because I think when they've had so many cancel games, right? And so much out there, so much negativity out there. If they said that the game was trash when they saw it and they had to let her go, that wouldn't be a good look for them, right? We're still wondering what they're going to do with whatever they have. It's not looking good, but at least they haven't said this game is trash and therefore we have to let her go, right?
Well, what do you mean?
The game is not canceled.
Well, the game is not canceled, but that doesn't mean they don't think it's trash.
I know that. they haven't said out loud to the public that this game is trash, so we had to let her go. Right? I mean, you understand? Like, if they put that out there, that's a whole different thing, right? Than saying that she left.
But I feel like saying, hey, she left after we saw the game for the first time.
I mean, this is how we're connecting the dots, right? The common sense kicks in. You're like, okay, well, I mean, what happened after you guys saw the game? Someone wasn't happy. She was in it enough to come and show you what she did, right? Something went wrong there. And I think I'm going to have to go with the people funding the game, right? And taking care of the studio.
You make
that potentially they're the ones who weren't happy with the situation, right? They're the higher ups.
Well, you make a great point because it's been, like we said, 4 years, right?
Yes.
That she had that studio. They worked on it for 2 years. Then they released that trailer, worked on it for 2 years, and she gets fired, right? So you brought up a good point because, you know, when you said it, I immediately said, well, this is probably PlayStation first time seeing it. But that's just me looking at it like normal, right? But if we want to put on, you know, the pony lens, how they look at this scenario, if it were Xbox,
let's go.
Where the fuck was Herman Hulst this whole time?
Exactly.
Looking at this game, checking in on this game, like who's watching this shit?
Who lets people just run free for 4 years and then they show up and they're like, okay, well, let me see what you've got. I feel like especially it's such a delicate situation for PlayStation personally to kind of go ahead and manage and keep track of what's happening, considering the fact that they've taken missteps everywhere. You would think they want to keep a tighter leash on everything that their studios, everything that they're making, you know, but we also heard what's this clown's name?
Herman?
The other.
Neil.
And, you know, he's talking about how we don't care what they say out there. We're just going to make what we're going to make and it's going to be great, right? So it seems like they just have this almost like seniority where they're not necessarily answering to anyone, because I feel like when you hear the feedback from the people that are supposed to be supporting these games, that's when you kind of do damage control and you figure out how you're going to please the crowd, right? The crowd that you're trying to attract. So I can't imagine not supervising, not, you know, stopping by, not checking on the team, not wanting to report every so often as to what has been done with the money and time. Again, mismanagement.
I mean, it's the truth. It 100% does not bode well for.
It does not
for them. And honestly, if you find the thing that makes them all connect is every one of these games that have sucked ass is all under the eye of Herman Hulst.
Agreed.
Right? It's all connected to him. He is the reason that they are not getting their shit together and they keep producing these garbage games. I mean, listen, you know, we knew that these gas games was going to be a fuck situation for them, right? Because these motherfuckers have not been able to make a game that had single player and multiplayer that was good forever ago. Like it's been so long, right? A few exceptions have happened. Like I think the first Uncharted or Uncharted 2. Uncharted 2 or Uncharted 3. I don't know. One of them had a multiplayer that was pretty decent. Never big, but decent.
Decent enough, yeah.
I think the first Last of Us had factions that they stripped on the remake because they were making part 2, but then they canceled part 2. So they could have just patched in the first factions in the remake, but whatever. And then I guess Ghost of Tsushima had that co-op mode or whatever they did. But other than that, I mean, pure misses, right? Like they just can't seem to do it. And to have all these games just one after another either get canceled or proven to be bad, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I think somebody needs to make a petition on the PlayStation side to get rid of Herman Hulse.
I mean, listen, we hear, and I brought this up to you, right? If Xbox is doing so poorly, this crap gamer dude that comes out here, right? And once Phil fired, if you are a PlayStation fan and everything that Phil is doing is destroying Xbox, why would you want him fired? Why would you want to make it your business to make sure you put out a daily reminder that this should be taking place, right? Isn't this to your benefit? Wouldn't this be what you're wanting?
Yeah, like if you don't like Xbox, why would you want Phil to go?
Exactly. So with that same theory, right? Why wouldn't they want to put that out there about Herman, right? You brought it up yourself, CMoney. How are these, everything links back to him. All of these bad decisions, all of these games canceled, prioritizing Concord over Factions 2, Spider-Man multiplayer, the Metal, whatever game, Twisted Metal. Yes. So how is he? He's the one making the decisions to prioritize Lego Ho, Concord, Marathon, right? So if you have a leader that is drowning the PlayStation brand, shouldn't you be putting out messages on a daily or maybe even like every 30 minutes reminding PlayStation that Herman Hulse should get fired and he should be gone? Because, I mean, that is directly affecting you, supposedly, right? So when it comes to analyzing the pony behavior, or the froggers, as they call them now, we're seeing a reaction to what Phil is doing, right? And it seems like, just as we see, right, with Game Pass and the games and the studios, that they're doing something great, right? I'm just glad that they see it too. And that's why they want him gone. Facts.
They hide it under this idea that he did something bad, so get rid of him.
Then why the rage? You hate Xbox. You hate the games.
Yes.
Right? Why wouldn't you want them to go freaking full-blown third party and just put the games on PlayStation, maybe even supply you with Game Pass? Why wouldn't you want that to be the ultimate goal, right? You are buying the games. So what's the problem with what's happening, right? If it's supposedly a detriment to Xbox, the brand, the box, they're not going to make another box. It seems like the plan is working for you according to what you're trying to put out there, yet you're crying to please let Phil and the team go, right? Because I've seen some that includes like Matt Booty and Sarah, and it's like, okay, so you want everybody gone, right? That since they came in, things have changed. Yes, they have.
Yeah, for the better.
Mm-hmm.
For the better. We do have our homie, motherfucker Cypher Type 1.
Yo!
Thank you, my brother, for being here.
What's
man.
good?
Your fan. Thank you for that $5 super chat.
Thank you.
Says, are we surprised? The only games as a service game she was connected to before this was Star Wars Battlefront 2. All else were single player games. This has been Sony's pattern. I mean, honestly, no, we're not surprised. I mean, we've been talking about this shit here for so long.
Mm-hmm.
We knew this game was going to come out and die. It just seems like it's literally following that pattern, but they're skipping a step. They're getting rid of the lead of the studio before they get rid of the game. Almost seems like a waste to not just do it all in one shot. You know what I'm saying? Just shut the game down. Listen, if what you saw was bad enough that you're getting rid of the leader, right? Like,
what do you think is coming?
I think it's time.
What's coming next? What do you think is going to happen next?
Exactly.
If the leader who's going to lead now? Herman? We bringing him in?
They got these co-leads, these two people who are they? What have they done? What have they made? Nothing. They just work there. Got it. So the two people she hired, they're going to run the studio now. Apparently,
I'm sure.
Because
they're going to do a fantastic job
to hire these people. Got it. That seems like it's going to go over well. I think there's a lot of chance for this to be successful. We do have the homie Triz Baby. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Thanks for being a member.
Thank you for rocking
5 months, fam. Appreciate you, homie. Says she sold PlayStation to studio, got the bag, and bounced. I mean, I believe they just hired her, and then she built a studio within Sony. No, I don't think she made the studio and then Sony bought them.
I don't think so. I think
she
that
went to Sony.
Yep.
And
they hired her they had her put a studio together, right?
It's like David Gallagher for Xbox, how they went to him to make the initiative, like to start that team. Right?
Yeah.
So I think that's the way it works. So I don't even think she gets a bag for that. I think they were just paying her. Like they were just paying her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's it. So I don't think she got anything outside of just getting paid. Like it's not like she built up the studio and then sold it to them. I don't think so. I think they hired her. She made the studio, and now she's just gone. So like I don't even think it's that good. Like that is not even that good of a situation for her. Oh shit! Ray Oid says Sony is hiring Temu leadership to create cases of service. Oh my god! Fillmore Pocket says Crab needs to be focused on getting whoever greenlit LFG games, science, fantasy, frog-like, life simulator greenlit. Bro, that is such a crazy thing. Like we just got the new, like. Yo, how does this news? How is it even possible to have this much crazy news? I mean, obviously, PlayStation thinks Team LFG is good news.
And it's crazy because when I heard Team LFG, I said, let's fucking go, right? And I said it like that's some dumb shit. But then it got worse. Let's find groups. Is that what it is? That's what it stands for?
Looking
for groups.
I don't even know if there's an S. I think it's just looking for group.
Wow. Okay.
Like looking for a group.
Yeah, it got worse.
Yeah. It's really something that, it's looking for group with no S.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, all right. So, Cypher Type 1 said she created Haven in March 2021. Sony started investing in the studio and then acquired it in July 2022. Okay. Oh. So she did make it beforehand. Okay, so she made it beforehand. And then so she got a little bag and then went ahead and started getting paid. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, she is the best at taking people for their money, bro.
She did it again.
Sell herself better than anyone I think I've ever seen in the industry. No, maybe Peter Molyneux, second to only him, because he was a fucking true. This motherfucker make you believe shit that you know is not possible. And you're like, fuck it. He said it, so it must be true. He said, I remember back on the Xbox One, when talking an interview about the original Fable, that if you go and you walk and step on an acorn, the acorn will break, go into the ground
and grow a tree.
Start growing a tree. Yep. And you leave the town, come back 20 years later, and a full-grown tree will be where you stepped. And young ass me reading that was like, wow, that's amazing. Yo, dead ass. And I was just about to say the goddamn words. Cyber Type 1 says, I'm still waiting for that vision of Fable. Facts. I really hope that they come back and announce that all those crazy things that he had thought about for Fable, they're putting in the new Fable. That would just be dope. You know what I'm saying?
The technology's there.
Yeah, Peter, this is the difference. Peter Molyneux could sell us, right? Jade could sell executives.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Peter sold us into wanting whatever game he was working on. Remember when he started making that mobile game and it was literally you just tap the fucking screen and everybody in the world is tapping the screen at the same time to get to the center. And once you get to the center, somebody, whoever is the last person to tap, is going to be like part of the fucking the next game or some shit like that, the cube. And he fucking had people tapping, bro. I was tapping on that shit for a long time.
Were you tapping on that shit?
Yeah, I was trying to tap it,
Okay.
man. I was like, maybe I'll win. But no. Never happened. But you know, man, Milo, I remember Milo, Ryu Art, the Connect. The goddamn kid can see you and you're talking to him and you throw him something, motherfucker catches it in the game. Bro, how many TVs were going to be destroyed with motherfuckers just throwing shit at their TV thinking that he was going to catch it? It was real crazy. Yeah, so he was, I mean, listen, he was really good at selling us, but I don't know what she's doing. Oh, shit.
What happened?
You know, sometimes people just write what you're thinking.
Okay.
And save me from having to say some shit.
Let's go.
108 Dragons with that $2 super chat. Appreciate your fam. Says she's a Kardashian. Take that. I'll just say it. I don't know what skill she has because it's not delivering games, right? Because she hasn't done that in a million fucking years.
Wow.
So
she's doing something right.
She's doing something right.
Or someone right.
Whoa! I didn't say nothing. I don't know what's happening. But yes, something's going around. Something's going on because they cannot make a game. Like PlayStation just cannot do anything, bro. It's wild. It honestly, it blows my mind. You know, I know we moved past it, but to have somebody come in here and ask us why we stay with Xbox just looking at just today's news, you know what I'm saying? Just today's news as what's happening over at PlayStation. A game that you guys were looking forward to, thinking it was going to be good, is the leader of that game fired. The game back into redevelopment. There's like no chance of this coming out and being great. Just put it out there. That's just not happening. Your entire desire to talk shit destroyed by your own PlayStation when they tell you about console sales not mattering. You have a dev who is successful working with them not want to work with them so much they're like, nah, second game, we're good.
Oh my gosh. I was like,
thanks.
I mean, they're better off without.
Bro, everybody has gone away from them.
Finally though, because I for a while, and I don't know if you recall, I was wondering, why do people keep coming back, right? And yes, I guess the idea of like, look at how many boxes we have out there. Somehow people have this thought that their game is special, right? And, you know, they lure them in with that. But like, at what point do you start seeing everything that's taking place and you stop making deals with PlayStation, right? At what point do you pull back? And it went on for long enough. I'm glad that everybody's kind of like coming to their senses and or have had to see other people deal with the consequences or are dealing with the consequences themselves. Because Helldivers 2 could have done much better if they weren't tied down to PlayStation. I mean, Phil himself said, you know, I don't know why Helldivers 2 is not on Xbox, right? You think they would not have wanted to have their game on another platform?
It's true.
I mean, come on.
It's true. And it's clearly they did.
Exactly.
Right? It's clearly they did because they said, no, I'm good. I don't want to cater to just your fan base because they don't show up. Think about it. If there was a shit ton of PlayStation people playing their game, you don't think they would be like, oh, this is enough? No, they'll be like, okay, let's take the bag. Let's keep our safety, right? We made all this money. Let's not blow our money. Let's let PlayStation continue to fund the next game, and let's keep it going. They said no, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That is a backslap to PlayStation and the ponies.
I feel like the idea of potentially, and what Xbox is bringing to the table, where you can potentially get picked up and get an upfront bag for Game Pass and still have your game on every other platform. You can't pass that up. You can't pass up the opportunity of possibly having that opportunity, right? It would be stupid to lock yourself down to a platform where no one's showing up to.
Facts. 100% facts. We have our boy 108 Dragons in the building.
Yo.
With that $2 super chat, man. Appreciate you, fam. Says Karen Stevens, the whole board. That's probably, I don't know what that is, but that's probably something that's not nice. And I think that's probably the reality, sadly. Yeah, I mean, look, I think when you see what PlayStation is bringing to the table right now, frankly, it's not enough, right? It's not enough. They're not doing anything that's exciting. They're not doing anything that makes us say, man, I really, really am excited for this game coming out. I mean, even like Ghost Coyote had another, trailer that they dropped on Twitter. And when they said, let's do a state of play, they chose not to do it on Ghost Coyote.
You cannot ask the players to give a crap about your game when you're making a first party game and you choose to go ahead and do a show, right, about a freaking third party game that's coming on your platform. That's ridiculous. Why wouldn't you be showing and getting people hyped up for what you're bringing to the table? That just shows me that it's not good enough. You don't even believe in it.
100%.
I mean, don't tell me that you think Ghost of Yote is going to be something special. Don't tell me that you think they're going to freaking push boundaries with that game.
I just don't think so. I don't think so. None of it. Like every single game on the docket, whatever those games may be, it's just nothing's there. That's exciting, man. I just can't see it. We have the homie 108 Dragons, my dude, $2 which that says Karen Stevens, aka Superhead. I think I'm piecing together what you're putting down over here. Interesting. This pain in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, brother.
CMoney, it's like, okay, so if I move this, put it over, I'm getting it. I'm putting
the puzzle pieces together. There. You know what I'm saying? I definitely get it. But yeah, I mean, listen, it was, excuse me. For me, it's just funny because we were just talking about this shit.
We got our answer though.
And how little of a chance there was for this game. And now, just to be right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta tell you, I feel like we get a lot right. I'm not bragging or anything.
No, but it needs to be pointed out every once in a while, right?
Of things that we have said that we think is happening. And I'm not saying record like we knew something factually and we're proving that we know shit. No. I'm talking about just our instincts. You know what I'm saying? Just what we think is happening. We're pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I mean, we're pretty on point with it. I guess on point is the reason why we call ourselves on point, right? Because it seems like it. I mean, if somebody could go and check the stats, you know what I'm saying? I think we're there. But yes, this was a good time. This is a good time. Great start to the show. Loved this piece of news. I loved it. It's lovely. I'm going to go ahead and get the next chapter ready to go.
Okay. You write that down.
So, but first I'll
keep trying to come back in.
I need to go ahead and first of all, let me go back over here real fast. Okay, hold on. The thing is that there was a few. Oh, you know what? I could probably. Let me see if I could do it like this, because that would be pretty gangster of me. See. Oh, here we go.
Genius.
Okay. And I think
Fillmore Pocket says CMoney did get the Switch 2, right?
I did get the Switch 2, right? Wait, no, I didn't buy
the Switch. The name.
The
yes,
name,
yes.
Switch 2.
So he meant that you got the Switch 2.
I said it was going to be Switch 2. All these motherfuckers are out here
the
fighting
actual name.
Like, they knew better. They knew better.
The Super Switch.
Never do that. Nintendo's gonna cut the Super Nintendo. Nah, man. I knew from the beginning never was gonna happen. No chance. No chance. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Let me see if they say here. Just check this one out. I have
this bugs me so much.
What?
Being out.
Oh, because that shit. I don't know why.
It's
all right.
So annoying.
Okay, so this is whenever I can use a pony, I'm gonna use a pony. Right?
Okay.
So hold on. Let me write it down. Go here. Beautiful. Okay. Got my chapter ready. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Chapter 2. Wait. I have to switch it. Here he is. Chapter 2. Gotta go back to MBG. MBG out here putting this out there. Gotta love it. Says Sony CEO and CFO announced what I think is a significant change to the PlayStation business. They said their focus with previous leadership was sell in units. Consoles that were sold. Okay. Their new focus is MAUs, monthly active users.
Ouch.
Expect to see PlayStation get even more aggressive with branching out.
More aggressive.
You see how he doesn't want to say, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to say it. You know what I'm saying?
What does that even mean? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah. So somebody wrote to him, what does that even mean? They're freaking out, right? Because they're like, oh my God, what is this going to mean? So MBG says, my understanding is it means getting someone into the PlayStation ecosystem is now more important than selling a console.
Oh. I mean, that's pretty clear.
It hurts them more when they say it to themselves.
Right? When they say it to each other.
When they say it to each other. It just feels like, just think about, you feel like you're looking at two people, and if they were in the same room together, that other guy's like, what does it mean, man? Like, you gotta help me out. Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, listen, man, my understanding is it means getting someone into the PlayStation ecosystem is now more important than selling a console.
Consoles is all we had.
Oh my God. He continues, before, the console sale was the single most important thing, as it was the only way to get someone into the ecosystem. That has been changing, though. I mean, I don't know how far this rabbit hole goes. Do they go back and forth? This guy says, this is how Xbox began, and we already know how it ended.
You know what's crazy? That is going to hurt them so badly. That's going to be such a mess. I cannot wait.
Oh, it's so glorious.
It's coming. I cannot wait to hear the cries, and we'll see how they handle it, though, right? Because they love masking.
Look, it's right here. It's right here. You ready?
Go ahead.
MBG responds. The difference is PlayStation sales aren't in the dirt. Sony is moving in the direction the entire industry is, but will not just toss the console out. It's still their bread and butter. It was easy for Microsoft to do because they never recovered from the Xbox One launch. That's the cope. It's different because the sales are in the dirt. Come on, man.
The sales for Xbox were, right? According to them, in comparison to, I mean, the amazing freaking years that PlayStation has been having, right? With their studios and everything else that's happening over there. Man, I would not, I promise you, Hiroki will trade in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. That's not a situation you want to be in.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, again, we knew that this was the way, right? We've been saying it this whole time. This is the only thing that matters. Remember, Microsoft announced right after purchasing ABK and that first big quarter that they had them, that they had over 500 million monthly active users. PlayStation does not have over 500 million.
They do not.
Monthly active users. They do not. So if we go here, Genki says new Sony CFO Lin Tao says there have been two major changes to SIE since the recent leadership change. Number one, before, selling units was the focus, but now management is focused on engagement and MAU, leading to profitability. Again, admitting that there's no money in the consoles themselves. It's always been the actual games that made the money. Right.
I mean, this is going to be one heck of an uphill battle for PlayStation. So we'll see how this plays out. It's not as simple as, listen, we're going to just switch the freaking method, right? You got to figure out how to make this shit work.
Agreed.
I'm not sure how well they're going to do with this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
I say you keep selling boxes, you know, for our Xbox games to sell.
Well, that's the beauty, because as they continue to sell boxes,
for sure. Who would have thought that all of their work would just, you know, and energy
was always for Microsoft.
It was always for them.
It was always
right.
For
they
Xbox.
have to take a step back right now and say, "Holy crap, this was our focus," and who is benefiting from this right now?
Agreed. Now there is a number two to this. Okay, number two. This is two major changes that happened with the new leadership. Number one was the switch to MAUs. The second, I love this. I love the verbiage.
Go ahead.
Financial discipline within the first party studios.
Were they already on a budget?
They were.
Yo!
In the past, there were various issues. We are still halfway. But I think the mindset has changed significantly. I
thought, listen, this is what's crazy. Their mindset had already changed. Now they need to go ahead and pull back from there. This is a disaster. This is what happens when you're freaking too broke to make software.
Bro, we've been saying it again. I'm trying to tell you guys, our instincts are on point, okay? What did we say when Hiroki came out and told them that they don't know how to make money? they know how to make a game. Even that turned out to be fucking false.
That was a load of bullshit.
But he said they didn't know how to make money.
I can't understand how spending the amount of money that these studios end up spending on these games, or we're spending on these games. Because listen, Concord wasn't cheap. As much as it was just pure trash, it wasn't cheap. So even Spider-Man 2, right? That was filled with freaking bugs and didn't look good enough, right? I think that the money was going elsewhere. I don't know what they were doing, but it doesn't look like the money was going towards the games.
Listen,
the math is not adding up.
It's not. The math is not mathing.
Nope.
So we said from the beginning, once Hiroki came into the picture and said this shit, we said it from the beginning, man, there's no way that they were going to leave well enough alone, right?
Hiroki said, we're broke as fuck.
Facts. There was no world that we were going to live in that they were going to look at these budgets and say, go ahead and keep making these bloated ass fucking experiences that are not making us enough money. Yo, I keep telling you guys, but like the fact of the matter is, they're not in it to break even. No. They're not in it to make a couple of bucks. If you invest $300 million, you're looking for $400, $500, $600 million back so that you got the money you spent and it was a worthwhile risk. But if you're just breaking even, then every time you're living on the edge, bro, that's literally like living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, ponies understand, right?
Oh, shit. With that, motherfucking Fowler's on the building. What's up, my dude?
Not much.
Yo, what's good? Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, bro.
What a freaking Thursday.
Been a wild 2 days for Sony, huh?
Man.
Yeah, not looking.
They're getting a beat down.
Not looking good.
Good at all.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just talking about all this on Monday. So I was, right before these reports came out, especially the Jade Raymond part.
Oh yeah, that Jade Raymond part was beautiful.
Yeah,
that Jade Raymond part was real good.
Man,
did you hear about Jade? Like, did you kind of look into that at all? Do you got any bars you want to talk about real quick before we continue?
I mean, other than what I sent you, I didn't look too much further into it. But I mean, she's officially the pass around of the industry. I mean, she's a hell of shit. She's a hell of a scammer.
Wow.
This motherfucker came in here. yo, that's what happens when you got to see somebody on the bench. He came in fresh. He was like, yo, I haven't been on this show for almost 2 hours. Hell no, I'm ready to go. Light some fires, bro. Damn.
I mean,
oh my gosh.
Google had its turn.
Let's go.
After Ubisoft Sony had their turn. Who's next?
Damn. It seems like Microsoft's the only one who haven't got one in yet. You know what I'm saying? So
they don't want it. They don't want that. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Oh man.
That's real crazy.
Well, they like their hose fresh.
Oh shit. Y'all wilding now.
She makes you put out a lot, but she doesn't deliver.
Oh damn. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit. Okay. Well, this turned feisty.
Man.
Okay. So listen. This here is the news that the CFO, Lin Tao, said the two biggest changes are that we're no longer talking about selling units. Console sales don't matter. Shut the F up, pony. Stop talking about them. We're not making shit off of them. We're broke because of them. Okay, it's all about the games and engagement, and y'all bitches are not doing it, but that's what we're going to count from now on. Engagement and MAUs.
Y'all haven't seen the financial discipline?
That's the next line.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the next line is financial discipline within the first-party studios.
Yeah, but I'm saying, have you seen the financial discipline?
No, is there something?
They stole all of this artist art for marathon.
Oh, yes.
So instead of
That's
making their own art,
Yes.
they saved money
A
with some
marathon.
financial discipline.
For
That's
marathon?
wild.
Yeah, for a
Yo, they
marathon.
gave Budgie a budget and they were like, yo, we ain't got no money to come up with some shit. Yo, go find some low level shit and use that. Yo,
They went to a preschool, Pharaoh. They were like,
man.
that's
yo,
the problem. Like, if you're gonna steal,
that's that
right?
shit.
Why not steal some dope shit? You know what I'm saying? Why
Yeah.
not make a game that looks ass?
But that's to show
and
you.
have stolen it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's even worse.
Yeah. There are shitty thieves out there too.
That's a real
They
problem.
can't even steal.
Man.
That's a real problem. Yeah, we were gonna leave that if we had more time once we get done with these other ones. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I could see it, right? But that financial discipline, again, we've been saying it here, bro. We've been saying it that it was not going to be the same thing. You were not going to get the same games, and the problem, or the same bar, right? That the PlayStation studios are known to hit, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to get that because unfortunately, you can't say it costs us $300 million to get to that bar, and then be like, but with the same group of people who needed $300 million to get to that bar, we're going to do it with $80 million.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. That's not a possibility, right? So what we talked about here, since we heard Hiroki say those words, was that you were going to see a big difference, right? What you were going to see was that just what has already been kind of playing out is that you're no longer going to get this big, massive game from a studio. What you're going to do is have the studios be like, yeah, we have multiple games going on, because one game is not going to be enough for them to be like, yeah, I'm going to spend 300 million here. That's not going to happen. They might let them have 300 million, but across like 5 games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, they're going to be looking for more output for their money versus this big gamble on one game, right?
They can't get
much
a game
much
to
better
sell 10
odds.
million. They can't
Say it again?
They can't get a single player game to sell 10 million. So why would they invest 300 million?
Exactly.
Makes
no sense.
There you have it.
Like, Ghost didn't even sell 10 million. And that's a
I
very
think Ghost
successful
was
game.
8.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I
8.
think-
It's going to sell less
I
now.
mean, maybe over.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 8. Maybe over time, it eventually did 10. But you got to remember, like, you can't. Like, you have to understand, when they're looking at those dollars, they're looking at like they want 10 million at $70 a pop or $60 a pop.
Exactly.
The Ghost got to 10 million when it was down to like $10 here, $20 here, free here, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's
They wanted to get there and then start, luring people in with the sales. So we'll
Agreed.
see. We'll see.
So, I mean, but this is the thing, right? So we already knew this was going to happen. And again, it's kind of bearing out already. You already see things like Naughty Dog. They're saying that they have, multiple games in production, right? What those games are, is who knows? But that also shows you, like, Intergalactic. I mean, it doesn't look very likely like this is going to be some gigantic game, right?
Like 20 hours.
If that. But it looks like they're going to make it more exciting. Now, this, to be honest with you, from somebody who's not a pony, who has some type of, thought that thinks them so highly that they can make these long ass games and do this shit. Like, no, for me, this is more than likely going to give me what I would want out of a PlayStation endeavor, which is give me The Last of Us that's not 80,000 hours long. Right? Like the first God of War. I think a lot of people, and there's a lot of people who don't like it, but a lot of people can agree that it was a good game, right? And I liked the game for a while. But then what happens in all their games that they make? They add the bloat, right? Because they say, well, we spent all this money, we have to make it long enough, right, so that it can be worthwhile. And then they took the story that was going along nicely and it had me engaged and had me going forward, and then just fucking threw it all away, went off this whole fucking tangent, and it took fucking forever to get to the end. And excuse me, I fought myself and forced myself to keep playing because I was so invested in the first part of the story that I want to see it through to the end. But it it made me really dislike the rest of that game, right? It left me with a bad taste in my mouth, right?
Yeah.
So for me to hear the idea that they're going to take a game and have to make it more focused and not add the bloat might very well lead to better games for someone like me, because I don't like what they do when they fill out with bloat. They don't know what to do. It's like games as a service, right? That's essentially the single player version of games as a service. It's make it bloaty, right? Make them stay longer than they have to because you want to make them stick around and not trade in the game or whatever.
Either there'll be less bloat or the game's going to be more empty. So they won't have it.
That's the dark side of it, right? Yeah. So the optimistic side for people who just enjoy games, right? Not the pony bullshit. Just enjoy games. The optimistic side is that they can focus, make games more focused, not have bloat, and hopefully make a better game than what they've made in the past. The reality is unfortunately what I think you're kind of alluding to.
Yeah,
is the fact that they're going to cut corners.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're going to cut more and more corners. So I'm already like completely thrown off with their idea that a new game is taking the old game and just switching things around, right? Yeah. God of War to God of War Ragnarok. Same shit. Just switching things around a little bit, same engine, like nothing pushing forward. I'm not about that. So
yeah, Spider-Man,
same shit.
Hey, we just talked about it with Marathon.
Yeah.
Marathon's feeling
Yote, just a different protagonist, right?
Marathon, same thing. Ghost of Yote, same thing. Same world, right? Mm-hmm. What do you think? You think they're starting? You think they threw away Ghost of Tsushima and then started from scratch? No,
because all those fields look the same.
We're going to build off of it.
Yeah, all those fields and stuff, they look the same. So, I mean,
they're starting you on the other side of the map now. So it feels different because you're coming from this direction versus that direction. That's it. Yeah. And they changed the character. I mean, frankly, that is what is most likely to come from this, and that's the problem.
And it's potentially the reason why they changed the character, right? To, without making many changes, kind of have it feel a bit more fresh, because it seemed like such a bad decision to make. And it only makes sense to me if that's what they were trying to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and put someone else in there. It will feel like they're playing someone else's story, and it will feel a tap more fresh without it being more fresh, right?
Yeah.
That kind of backfired though. But
it is. And I mean, sadly, when you start thinking about their games and what they're, working on, you're seeing that there's not anything of like value that's really being gained here from the work that they're doing. Like, again, you have this Fairgames game that's being made for freaking, 4 years, and all that money invested for what? You think that's going to make them say, hey, okay, I like this idea you have. Let's double down. Let's invest more, and hopefully we could figure it out? Or do you think that's going to make them say, well, hold on, we've already spent a lot of money on this. What can we salvage to put something together that can possibly get us some of this money back? Like, unfortunately, that's the most realistic answer here. I mean, for me, that's what I see here. I see them going ahead and chopping shit down, reducing quality, not pushing graphics, not pushing any of these things, and just kind of taking the safe route through as much of this as they can.
I mean, I think we're seeing the result, and what's sad is the fact that right now, the games that we're seeing, and this is kind of without them taking a step back, these games like Marathon, Concord, and the Frog Mess that's coming up, Baby Steps, like these games look to us like a major step back, right? We would think that this is like the new budgets kicking in, but they're actually spending a substantial amount of money. So what is it really going to look like when they really cut back. That's definitely something that, I mean, they won't be able to necessarily compete with Xbox. So what does that mean? I don't even know that it'll be worth them even making games, Faro, because I feel like right now they're having a difficult time just trying to figure out what to make that will attract the audience.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that too. I think that's where cutting costs is where we'll start to see it. I think they're gonna start shedding some of those studios, because I think as time goes on, they're gonna realize they don't need first party the way that maybe Nintendo and Xbox do.
So they're going to be a third party box. And
yes,
I think the problem is that if their games are not good enough now, I mean, what is all this going to bring?
Their games don't drive sales of their box, and it doesn't. So if it doesn't drive sales of their box, it's not bringing people to their ecosystem or their platform. Then it's like, why keep doing first party? Like the MLB thing, that's something that you keep. Maybe if Forza doesn't kill Gran Turismo, maybe you keep that. You keep Santa Monica, you keep Naughty Dog, you keep Sucker Punch, and then after that, everyone else can kind of go.
I mean, Neil's out though, so and look at the mess that's happening from the Intergalactic game that Naughty Dog is working on. So that's not even safe.
Yeah, but they can. They're like 17 studios now. They can work their way down to 8, 9 studios because they don't really need it. It's not an important driver for their ecosystem. It's not profit generating the way they would like it to be at the moment. So I mean, instead of committing billions of dollars to first party development, you can allocate that money elsewhere and beef up your ecosystem so that it is more competitive against Xbox's ecosystem. Because I think as time goes on, people are going to realize that everything that they've been asking PlayStation to do, Xbox has already done it for them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a better platform. More people are transitioning to PC and all these other things. Like the PlayStation brand is going to start to become a little bit less relevant as consumers become more aware of what their options are.
The problem is, Farrell, is the scenario that you paint can't ever actually really happen, because even if they do break up these teams and get them into making more games, those are all being done at a lower budget.
Yeah. That's why I said they got to get rid of some studios. Get rid of some studios so you can maintain. So you go down to 8 studios.
Xbox game being made is not on an infinite budget by all means. We know this, but every game is going to be able to be made at the budget that game needs it to be made at, right? Yeah. Like we see South of Midnight, again, a game from a small team who made Contrast and We Happy Few and came out and made an amazing looking game, a amazing story, amazing playing game. Like these teams have financial freedom, right, to go ahead and produce the games that they want to produce. And we heard Matt Booty, right, break everything down for us and let us know that their games are tiered off, right? They know what games they need to make money from, right? Call of Duty, Minecraft, right? They know that these are their money makers, right? And then they have another tier of games that are there that are going to be your middle games that are phenomenal games, but they're going to, not necessarily push the boundaries of dollar making. And then you have your small niche, like your niche games that they know are more RT, more for the love of the game, that are not looking to make any real money, but just to keep people engaged in Game Pass and kind of moving the industry forward and the artistry of it forward. So when A South of Midnight comes out and it doesn't sell 1 billion copies, nobody's walking into compulsion like, you stupid bitch, what did you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the case. It's like, yo, this was a beautiful game. Go make your next one. Because why? Game Pass. Game Pass is the key to all of this working so well for Xbox, because Game Pass needs content to keep the people subscribed. And whether the game's humongous AAA, you know, $500 million budget or $1 billion budget like Grand Theft Auto, or it's a much smaller, you know, $50-80 million budget game, the quality of the game hits. Every studio in Microsoft, in Xbox, is hitting or is punching above their weight, right? Yeah. And that is what keeps people subscribed. It what brings more subscribers, and they are okay with certain games not making the type of money that one would think they would want. It's PlayStation who, when they do these things, they're not going to be like, hey, you only spent $80 million. It's okay if you didn't do anything. Like, no, to Sony, that's still going to be $80 million. Okay. They need that shit back.
So let me ask you a question. Don't you see a disconnect here? Because, yes, Hiroki knows that there's an urgency for money and make this money back. And it kind of comes back to exactly what Hiroki put out there in the beginning, right? These studios, they can make games, but I'm not going to say they can make great games, because we know that to not be a fact anymore. But these studios know how to make games, but they don't understand money, right? So here we have Neo out here talking stupid, right? We know that PlayStation is in major need for a game to do well, to be well received, to make money, right? The sad thing is going to be when these studios bring it to the point that PlayStation can only afford to make games like Astrobot or Lego Ho, right? Yeah. So, like, where are they going? It's almost like when, like, let's say your kids, right, don't know that mommy and daddy are broken. They keep running the credit card, right? I feel like that's PlayStation and their studios. There's a disconnect here where they feel entitled, and we're just creating these games and we're going to go ahead and put something together that's great. It doesn't matter what people say out there. And it's like, no, you need to listen, because PlayStation's in trouble. And I have to say that that came off as if they have the same mentality as the developers out there. Hiroki's saying what the problems are, but no one's listening.
Facts is the truth.
It doesn't matter if they had the money, because I believe personally that they would just waste it. The problem is that they don't know what to make to go ahead and make people want to jump up and want to go and buy that game and play that game.
They don't have a reason for people to want to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. And they don't know how to figure out what that reason would be, right?
Their box has become so casual that the people that would buy their game are not on their box. Like, people who buy Xbox buy Xbox for Xbox games. People buy a Switch buy Switch for Switch games. Nobody who buys a PlayStation buys a PlayStation for PlayStation games. But if their games were everywhere, people on Xbox would probably dabble a bit in PlayStation games, and people on Steam and Epic would probably dabble a bit in PlayStation games more than the PlayStation gamers do on the PlayStation. Like, the people on PlayStation, they are set in the type of games they like, whether they're a JRPG gamer, a shooter, a sports gamer, and those like they have their little niches and they don't really expand outside of that. And then a lot of what Sony makes, they make these, you know, kind of movie-ish style games with a bunch of QTE scenes and you know, maybe a little bit of good combat, but it doesn't fit any of those core genres per se, and they kind of fall to the wayside. They kind of make their own template of game. It doesn't really fall into a specific genre. So there's no like niche group to, you know, really support it.
And that's their own doing, right?
Yeah,
they took everything out. They stripped it down. They stripped it down completely.
Yeah, they really they kind of box themselves into a corner where there's only a very specific type of game that does well over there. But then, even then, those people who once showed up are not showing up the same. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like there's a lot of people, and I honestly think there's probably a lot more people like me over there who who own a box, who said to themselves, okay, Gears of War 1 looked amazing. That was on a PlayStation 4. Imagine what they're going to do on a PlayStation 5.
You mean God of War?
That's what I said, God of War.
You said Gears of War, but it's all good.
Yeah, I
heard
Gears of
War.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we know what you mean.
I got Gears on the mind. You know what I'm saying? Got Gears on the mind. God of War 1 was amazing, right? It looked amazing. Imagine what they'll do with a PlayStation 5, and then God of War Ragnarok comes out, and it's like, are you shitting me?
Yeah.
It's a PS4.
Like, are you shitting me? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what we waited for? No. Fuck you, man. Like, no, I'm not gonna run out and be like, this is the next best thing. Fuck that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit.
And I think with their platform, I agree. It's so lost though. Like, I understand what happened with the next gen, and rightfully so for people to not want to show up and buy their games. But I think the understanding is that you brought up Matt Booty, and they have money makers, right? And then they know what needs to also be there to pull in those other players, right? So even if it's not going to sell much, it's still part of the foundation, and you need that there, right? As part of your library. What PlayStation did was take everything out that, would kind of make them be something or have a strong foundation. Even if it's not selling as well as you thought, it's still something you need. They just started canceling everything.
They got rid of all
They got rid of everything.
They got rid of the filler that would keep their year
the same exact
fluid,
type
right?
of game over and over again.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. They did it to themselves, man. They did it to themselves. And the beauty is that we get to watch.
I think what we're watching right now, and we brought up that Helldivers 2 was funded by them, and the studio said no, thank you. We're gonna fund our own game from now on. PlayStation leaning on those third-party games and money hatting was mostly their identity. When you take all of that away, they're left with nothing.
Yeah.
And I think that's the harsh reality in what has been exposed.
Yep. And they started to hurt their partners in the process, and now their partners are starting to say, "No, we don't want to do this anymore."
Yeah.
I think when it comes to Arrowhead, I think there was
that's the next topic.
Okay. All right.
So let's not go too deep into Arrowhead.
But yeah, they've alienated a lot of the third-party partners. That's why nobody's really doing business with them in the way that they used to do business with them. And like first party just continues to be the mess that it is. I don't see them recovering from this. Like, I just don't see any new talent coming in there. Like this LFG Studios, like what are they gonna make now?
Gummy bears, bro.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like if Jade Raymond has left Haven Studios, like you bought that studio off of the strength of who she is. What do you do with that studio now? That's another like probably like close to $1 billion gone, because you pay a couple $100 million just to start up a studio. That doesn't even count the staff and that you paid for the development period and all that. So the trademarking that they did, like that's a lot of money. So that's hundreds of millions of dollars down the drain just off of that studio alone too. Like where do they go from here? Like there's a lot for them to figure out.
Agreed.
Hold on. How far was that message back, babe?
Which one?
Hmm?
Hold on. Which one? Hold on, baby. I can't see anything.
The one that you sent me. That's somebody from recent, or is that a while ago?
Hold on. I'm somewhere else.
Was that a while ago?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Yo, did somebody snipe that?
Yeah, G maybe got him.
Yeah, you got rid of that dauntless bitch? All right.
Thank you, G maybe.
Make sure that fucker is gone. He doesn't step up back in this fucking room. Fuck out of here. Fuck that guy. But yes, I mean, these are all like really valid points, right? Like these are all issues that PlayStation is going to have to deal with. And again, for us watching it, like all this makes sense because I mean, who the fuck didn't say what when you found out that Spider-Man 2 cost like what was it? 300
50 mil, right?
Like
350
mil? Thank you, G Maybe. Appreciate you, fam. 350 mil.
Yep.
And I promise you, I would literally have never known that they spent another dollar over what they spent on Spider-Man 1 for that game.
And
that shit was a nothing burger.
How do you spend that much money when you're using the exact same map from the last two games?
Literally nothing changed. Nothing changed. And having better ray tracing is not doesn't cost 350 million. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't. So where's the money going? I mean, we are assuming that didn't include that was just a game. It didn't include marketing and what they have to pay Disney. Again, this is not their IP. So maybe that was included. I don't know.
I don't know. At that point, I'm starting to think, some people didn't feel like they were getting paid what they were worth, and they just kind of took a little bit off money. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's a lot of money.
A check.
Wasn't the guy wasn't that the guy who was like asking people to come check out my cars at the house?
That was the Bungie guy.
Oh, that's the Bungie guy. Okay,
the money that was supposed to be spent on retention was spent on cars.
Game Shark says that the money's going to knitting classes.
Knitting classes. That was Bungie. That's true. That's real wild. Cord Weiner, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Says bring back crunch. Yo, I mean, it's funny, but I feel like Sony, particularly the games that were being made at Sony, you look at like Shuhei, I watched that video when they were making God of War Part 1.
By the way, you brought up Shuhei, and he must be loving.
Oh yeah.
This Thursday, he must be loving the issues that are taking place over there.
100%.
At some point, as much love as you may have for something because you help build it.
Bro, they burned
when
him.
Are treated the way that he was, to the point that like hours after he left, he was ready to talk about what took place. I think you must be enjoying the crap out of this downfall.
Yeah.
And he said it. He's like, it's the new generation that they have there that they're doing as great as they are. And that was generous of him to say that, they're taking a different direction. So
he's watching all this happen. And he's like, I knew it. You stupid fucks. It's true. But yeah, I mean, listen, when you had him going in there and looking at the game, be like, yo, this sucks, fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is trash, fix it. Like, I feel like the only thing we've heard under Herman is toxic positivity. that nobody wants to go over there and question anybody's work or say, yeah, this is not that good or do better. It seems like they're so delicate with shit right now that they don't want to go ahead and drop the hammer on anybody. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, I guess we have to fire this person or cancel the game instead of course correcting the entire time and being on top of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is that they're in a like really crazy situation right now.
Herman has a really good contract. That's all I can say.
Yeah, he must have locked himself in.
He locked himself in
no way
somehow. There's no way that you're looking at what's taking place, the decisions that are being made, the way that you're wasting money, and the situation that you're in, and you don't say, dude, you've got to go. He's got something on them.
Facts.
Or that contract is, he's got a good lawyer.
Yeah, agreed. Voidlock, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Says, PlayStation made all their first party games the same, and nothing first party is unique besides Astrobot, the Mario clone. You know it's a problem where the only thing that is unique to your ecosystem is a clone of another game in a different ecosystem.
And when your devs are receiving the Game of the Year award and they are not allowed to thank their inspiration or, you know, the reason why they were able to put this game together, I think that's very telling as well. I can't believe the devs from Wukong were sitting there crying
when they didn't win.
That's wild. Like, hold it together till you get to the bathroom or something. Get out of there. That's wild.
Yeah,
these motherfuckers were crying.
They really were. It wasn't pretty.
No,
it wasn't pretty, and that's the truth. All right. Anything else with this before we move on?
Let's go.
The last chapter. All right. If I'm not mistaken, I do have it ready to go. Yes, I fucking do.
Let's go.
I'm the man. Or maybe, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. Bam. Do this, do that, and then do this. Okay, go here. Last chapter. Oh, man, is this a fun one? Arrowhead Game Studios, the Helldivers dev. Their next title is 100% self-funded, but still open to working with PlayStation again in the future.
Oh,
not this game, fam. In the future. Let's dive in to see these words by Forbes.com. Paul Tassi.
Let's go.
So Helldivers 2 Studios next game. What the? Oh my God! What's all this shit? Get out of here, man. The hell is this? Okay. Helldivers 2 Studios next game will be free from PlayStation partnership. Ooh, will be free from PlayStation partnership. That sounds like some
an anchor has been lifted. I mean, you can only imagine.
Agreed. So he says, in an era of struggling PlayStation Live service offerings, some of which will never see the light of day, a bright spot for Sony has been the huge success of Helldivers 2, the ongoing co-op PvE game where players band together to fight bugs, bots, and now rather smart aliens. Now, it's been revealed that Helldivers 2 has done so well that developer Arrowhead's next game is going to be all theirs. And there will be no more PlayStation partnership resulting in one console exclusivity. Here's Arrowhead's Shams Georgiani on Discord. The wonderful thing is that thanks to the amazing support of you fine people, Arrowhead's future is quite bright, and we have the freedom to explore some really cool concepts that we couldn't have otherwise. Game 6, our next project, will happen the way it will happen thanks to you, Heart. Now, real quick, there's more to it. Understand something here. They clearly, on the PlayStation side, didn't receive much money.
Yes.
But we know that on the PC side, things open up a lot more as far as the dollars are concerned. And that right there, they had, I think, how many? It was like 12 million sold on the PC. It's like a crazy amount, right? They did a really, really good job on the PC. That right there is real money for them, right? They're a small team. They're not crazy big, right? I don't think they're huge, right?
Yeah.
So they are now free from PlayStation. Do you like just think about that, yo? Like they're like, yeah, man, thanks to you, we're free. We're not stuck with those ass bitches. All right. He says the next game is 100% funded by ourselves. So we'll call 100% of those shots.
Oh, that's a direct shot, bro.
That's a
First of all,
shot, bro.
Yeah, this is
100%.
This is gonna get luckily they can, go ahead and make these decisions. Sometimes, like Square, they sign a contract where they're just locked in for life. So at least they're able to go ahead and they didn't do anything stupid where they can kind of take a step back and say, okay, we're doing this one on our own.
Yeah, exactly. So, and again, so we'll call 100% of those shots. Definitely a smack up. Look, I mean, it's clear this dev is just like any other dev. They want their game in front of as many people as possible. And I'm sure to them, it annoyed the fuck out of them that they couldn't put the game everywhere. I mean, I just think that that's it. So, I
mean, the possibilities, they saw what came in from PlayStation and they saw, how it moved the needle having the game on PC. And to them, it's like, imagine if it would have, went to Xbox, right? Or we would have taken a bag from Game Pass.
Facts.
Like,
it's just the only problem is they don't own the IP, right? And that's what, so just to be clear, that is why they're so happy.
Yep.
Because they're going to make their own game and is not tied to PlayStation. See, right now, Arrowhead Studios has no identity. So what they're going to bank on is the fact that from the makers of Helldivers 2, here's our next big game.
But
hopefully have
it gives you an idea, right? If you're competent and you see what could happen with a known IP, yes, it's not theirs, but can you be creative enough to make something else? When you're in that field, you will think that it shouldn't be that difficult, right? There are some that struggle, but it shouldn't be that difficult for them to go ahead and come up with something of their own. And seeing how they were held back with Helldivers 2, that's a situation that they don't want to be in with their own IP. Could you imagine if they did the same thing? That'd be wild.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, right? I mean, literally, Sony has the power to be like, yeah, you guys are not working on Helldivers 3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
That's a shit thing to be a part of, right? And I think that's why they're doing it. What happened?
Hargi, can you click on that?
This?
I suppose they can buy the IP back.
Shit. I suppose they could buy the IP back from PlayStation. I hear they're looking for money. Oh shit.
Yeah, that is possible.
I mean, it's not. I don't think for a moment that they would. This is the only goddamn game they have that makes money. There's no way they would let go of Helldivers 2.
It doesn't, to my knowledge, it doesn't have any in-game transactions though. So it's kind of like,
Really? No, there has to be shit you could buy. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure
I
that
haven't
was
played
only
it.
Concord. Concord, you can't buy stuff. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've never played it, but I'm pretty sure you can buy shit in
Helldivers
too.
Okay.
Like I would imagine. Well, now I feel like we have to Google it. Let me see. Does it say? Are there microtransactions?
You could. Voidlock says you can buy outfits and guns.
Okay.
In Helldivers too.
Okay.
Yes, they do.
Maybe they won't sell it.
Yeah, you can buy super credits.
It's not pay to win. That's what it is.
Yeah, but people buy suits, they buy all that shit, they get new guns, and it's a PvE, right? So there is no pay to win no matter what, because you're not beating anybody.
I mean, the question is with PlayStation's new strategy, Helldivers 3, is that going to be on Xbox or?
Well, honestly, I don't know if there will be one.
You don't think so?
I don't think they would trust somebody else to make the game, being that this studio made both of them. But I think where the relationship went south was first the PSN thing had a very negative impact on people's perception of the studio, even though it wasn't their fault.
Yep.
And then also I think what hurt the relationship is Phil came by with the bag and said, "Hey, we want this on Xbox. What do we got to do? You want a Game Pass deal? Offer this amount of money." And I think it got really close to making it to Xbox, but I think PlayStation ultimately turned the deal down. And I think that Arrowhead saw how much money they could make working with Xbox and was like, "Yeah, we're not doing another game with these guys."
It'd be funny if they do if they take a Game Pass bag from Xbox next time around.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. If they saw if Phil came by with the Game Pass bag and it was looking really, because Helldivers was the hottest thing at the time that Phil tried to get it on Xbox. So I'm sure what he offered was pretty lucrative. So you see those type of numbers, I'm sure it makes you rethink your relationship with the other people who are kind of fucking you over with this PSN thing and then getting your game canceled in so many countries, and because they were getting a percentage of those sales too for developing the game. So yeah, I'm sure all of that played a factor into it.
Yeah, I agree. This actually continues and says, and then responding to a comment, wondering about perhaps anything negative about the partnership with Sony, which is not ending, at least for the time being. They said, "No way. PlayStation are great. There would be no Helldivers if it wasn't for them. We're open to working with them again in the future. They are incredibly game dev oriented, solid partners. And this is just me saying it like it is, not blowing smoke up their asses." No, you're blowing smoke up their asses, but it's okay. It's okay. We understand.
But you understand why they're doing it.
Yeah,
it's
because they want to say, listen, if they come out and make their own game and then it doesn't do well, you don't think they're going to want to go back and make part 3?
Obviously.
Come on, man.
This is a way to kind of like break up and be like, it's not you, it's me.
Yeah.
But we can stay friends as benefits. You know what I'm saying?
What's that thing that the women say when they break? I need a break. I need time to myself.
Yeah, I need some time to myself.
Need to discover myself. What makes me happy?
That's wild. That's wild.
Funny.
I need to find out who I am inside. That's them. That's what they're doing right now. They're gonna find out if they can make a game that's exciting to people, not attached to an IP that already exists. Even though they're the ones who made it technically for PlayStation still. So there's no bad blood here. Arrowhead just wants to make a game that is independent and not reliant on a specific deal so they can call 100% of those shots. What this means is that whatever Arrowhead's next game ends up being will no doubt launch on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch 2, and PC at the very least, though it's unclear how long development will take, so we could be talking about PS6 or Xbox Series X2 Not sure what else to call that one. I guess they're going to give more context here. In January of 2025, Helldivers 2 creative director Johan Pilested, I don't know, said that planning and conceptualization has begun on the next game. Oh, that was already earlier this year. But again, that suggests that it is very far off. Helldivers 2 is a sequel to the original Helldivers way back in 2015. But it seems unlikely that whatever this new game is will take another 9 years. We do not have any idea what it's about, though it's almost certainly not going to be Helldivers 3. In the past, Arrowhead has done 2 fantasy games, Magicka and Gauntlet, and a modern shooter, The Showdown Effect. Dude, I have no idea. I mean, Gauntlet, like Gauntlet Legends, isn't that like a super old game?
You sound like some Steam games that, didn't make it to console.
And I don't know what the hell the Showdown Effect is, so who the fuck knows? But so it's a wide range of possibilities, and now with more resources and freedom to do whatever they want, we should all look forward to whatever that is, and that is it.
Yeah, 2011, and there's a sequel.
I mean, I really love the way that the headline, Helldivers 2 Studios' next game will be free from PlayStation partnership.
Yeah. Yeah, they were Steam games. Magicka was a Steam game, and what was the other one? Gauntlet.
Yeah, Gauntlet was the other one.
Yeah. Gauntlet made it to PlayStation, but the rest were just PC games. Okay.
So they were all PC games?
Yeah, outside of Helldivers and Gauntlet, Magicka and the Showdown Effect, they've only made 5 games. So
yeah. So I mean, they really this is their only hit that they've had.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one was a mild hit, like a mild success, right? But this one is the one that they actually had a big success with. And I mean, it is crazy that they went ahead and made a game that, for all intents and purposes, could have been a huge game if it were everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if it was, everywhere and people would just be able to play it. No one would even thought anything of it. I mean, I haven't touched it myself, so I have no idea if it's good. I saw the videos and it always just look
uninviting.
like memey. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny to have a bomb randomly dropped on you and it blows you 50 miles away or whatever, and it looks crazy. But it just didn't look like graphically. It looks like they do a lot of smoke and mirrors to make things look good, but then when you look closely, it kind of looks shitty. And honestly, I just don't know about sitting there blowing up bugs time after time. You know what I'm saying? It's different if it's a mode in a game, right? So like Gears of War, famously, they made a horde mode, and that was phenomenal when you wanted to play horde mode, right? But then if you weren't down for horde mode, you could just go and play regular multiplayer, play some single player, do whatever you want. So, the fact of the matter is that having such just a one-dimensional game for me just didn't entice me. Like, it just wasn't like, oh, I want to go do this, right? Similar to Pragmatic Eagle says, like Extraction. Exactly. Make it a mode in the game.
Not
where
the game.
I want to go play an Extraction mode. Cool. Not that if I turn on this game, that's the only thing that I must do is play this mode. Because then your game turns in just to a mode, and it's like, well, I'm not up for that mode, right? I could like your game and not be up for trying to play that type of game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Division had a similar kind of extraction mode in the dark zone, right? Like you would go into the dark zone, you try to get shit, extract it so that you can take it back with you, right? Like that was cool because it was a choice, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't you have to do this. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, that's the problem with it. This is why, I mean, at least here, it did kind of take on a life of its own. Like just the decoration they put around it did have a lot of people going. Do you remember, baby? Was it like on TikTok and shit that you think that you would see like the wives of the Helldivers? And
yes.
Remember they were
remember that. Yes.
Telling like support your man. He's going into battle. Like
Yep.
it turned into like a real crazy.
It did.
thing.
It did. It got crazy out there with that.
Yeah, the marketing for that game is way too cheesy for me. Like to take it seriously.
I mean, it definitely was cheesy, but again, obviously it worked.
Yeah, the game did well enough to attract enough players for them to want to bet on themselves, right? So I'm glad. I feel like everyone and everything is moving away from PlayStation, right?
Even the studios that have success with them.
Exactly. They're like, we can do better on our own. But who listen, who's going to get on a sinking ship, right? And be like, okay, yeah, let's go. Let's ride. I don't think anyone in their right mind is going to go ahead and say, yeah, this is safe. Especially if you can't swim, right?
Facts.
I'm just saying, it's not the safest.
Yeah, it's telling, right? Like no matter how you cut it, it's telling because like you look at a studio like what's the names? What the hell's the name of the Playground? Goddamn. They made a shit ton of Horizon with Xbox, right? Like they made all the Horizon games but they weren't owned, right? Like let's remember they weren't owned until I believe it was 4 that launched with them being owned, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken. I think Horizon 4 was the first game they made while they were owned. And then 5th is the one that's like the first one that's fully developed while they were owned. But like that was a relationship that they built where there was happiness and they were like, yeah, we're going to keep rocking with you, right? Like we're going to keep working with you guys and making this game and it's great stuff. They're in the same boat, right? Like is Forza Horizon. It was an IP that they didn't own. And they could have been like, you know what, we're going to go do our own shit because obviously we're really good at this. We're better than, turn 10 at this, right? So we're going to make our own shit and that's it. But, they didn't. They stood. And when they were going to make a different game or they had ambition to make something new, Xbox, scooped them up, right? Said, fuck it. Let's make this happen and let's do it. A studio like this, you would think that after being built up to this point, they might want to go ahead and, get bought, right? Like they made a shit ton of money. Now they can get bought. The studio, whoever owns the studio make shit ton of money because now there's actual value, right? At this point, they're the only proven studio to make a.
You mean that PlayStation would want to make that move and say,
exactly.
Let's go, let's do it. But that's what's crazy. Like this makes sense, right? Go ahead and lock it down.
But they don't trust them.
Exactly.
Right? They don't trust them. They rather take their money and risk it on a new game on their own than to get scooped up by PlayStation. And we know PlayStation wants to scoop people up. They've been doing it. Yeah. All these little fucking studios. But they probably try to lowball them and give them some shit money. Like, you guys made enough money. We'll buy you. And then you don't have to worry about anything. And like, the fuck we will. Right? The fuck we will.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you can see that relationship went to shit. So if they were purchased, they all be very unhappy right now with the state of PlayStation, because if they were happy with how everything went, they would have just made their next game with PlayStation.
Exactly. Like, this game was a hit. Why would they not make the next game with? Why would they not jump on Helldivers 3?
Yeah, because it was messy, bro. It's messy.
It's like Xbox and Moon Studios. Like Xbox and Moon Studios relationship kind of went to shit a little bit, and Moon Studios went and did their own thing. I mean, they might say public facing that everything's good between them, but we can kind of see that it may not be as good as, you know, we would like, or we might have an Ori 3. You know, same thing.
Yeah. PlayStation's not known for treating people well.
Yeah.
I mean, not really, because again, you see the results, right? Like, no matter what people say, the actions speak louder than words. And every major third-party publisher has completely abandoned the idea of taking a bag from PlayStation, right? As far as exclusivity is concerned. They all did it once. They all did it once or twice. Or like Square, they fucking locked in for God knows how many years and how many games, and they got burnt, bro. And everybody's gone.
They're not even really taking the marketing money like that anymore either. We're not seeing the big marketing pushes from Sony.
Grand Theft Auto. But aside from Grand Theft,
yeah, Borderlands took the bag, but I mean, we're just not seeing it as much as far as
that's more like a Take-Two. Like they did a deal with Take-Two. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they got that. They got the other one. I don't know. Did they get Mafia?
Old Country? I don't think so.
Oh, so I mean, I don't know, but they're definitely, again, people are actively moving away from them, right? Like they just don't want to. And this is the perfect example, man. This is a smaller studio. This is not, I mean, I don't know how many people are in the studio, to be honest with you.
I would agree that it's probably a smaller studio. They've only made.
I just can't imagine that they survived for so long without any hits. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously, PlayStation funded this one, but still.
Helldivers 1 had a very strong community on PC also. So that's probably what got them by, was Helldivers 1. Completely different style of game. It was top-down game, but it still did pretty well for a while.
Agreed. We do have the homie Do You K now, the Broke Boy Insider, with that $10 super chat. Appreciate you, homie.
Yo, thank you.
He says, I'm just wondering what the title of article would be if it was a studio that worked with Xbox. Probably something like studio not working on future game with Xbox, refuses to give reason as to why. Probably. Honestly,
and then the speculation, what did they do, right? What happened with Xbox? Why are they not going back? This is all the questions, the random stupid questions that they would just tweet out, just to try to frame it a certain way, right?
Agreed. You know that's the way they always function, right? No matter how you look at it, they always function on making Xbox look like shit, right? And even when they are technically kind of talking in a way where it doesn't look great for PlayStation, they still coddle them, and they still just talk about it. Yeah, but they're still working with them. It's just right now this next one, right? Where
it's just an in between.
We know the way it would have went down had it been a different way. So, and then Do You K now, Broke Boy, the Insider, with the member for 11 months, man. Damn, bro, that's fucking awesome, man.
That's dope.
Says almost made it to a full year. Keep up the good work. Love all you guys, even some of the smart ass bitches in the chat. Nice. That's what I'm talking about, man. What a message. Listen, anything.
Talking about the Gallivers that sneak in.
Maybe wants, the rest of the chat to know Broke Boy is talking about you guys.
Oh, shit. Facts. All right. Why So Serious said, did anyone check in on a pony podcast?
I actually, I did right before I hopped in. They were.
What were they saying?
Someone Astro Cyborg, they were having like little panic attacks about the live service push failing and only having Helldivers be the success. Bungie fucking up Haven. What's going on there? So just complete disarray.
So they're in shambles right now.
Yeah.
They don't know which way is up.
They're just not happy with Sony, But who would be happy with them?
I was about to say, like, you were happy with them before now?
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
this is where they've crossed the line.
Well, you know why? Because they left them with the console sale narrative.
Yeah,
right? Before they had the
gone.
console sale narrative, and now it's dead. Now it's gone.
Yeah, they let too much shit slide, if you ask me. Like, when God of War was a PS4 game, like just a straight up PS4 game, like no PS5 graphical enhancements or nothing, like that's when you should have said something. You shouldn't have said something years later where now you're just like, I don't have any games to play. All I'm buying is Xbox games. All these live service games suck. Like, you shouldn't have waited to get to that point. Like, they were giving you signs all the way, but you just said, oh, no, it's all good because we're going to be getting better quality down the road. When Spider-Man 2 looked like shit, y'all should have said something. We said something, but a lot of ponies like, oh, no, it looks better. Like, no, it doesn't. It looks like shit.
It really doesn't.
So
100%.
Like when I don't think people didn't really start speaking up until they showed that Gran Turismo movie trailer at their showcase. That's when people finally said, okay, now this is enough. But by then it was way too late.
Aren't they hoping for a summer show?
I think
I was gonna make it a topic one day, and then it just kind of, other things popped up. But yeah, there for sure were people. I have tweets and shit bookmarked where people are like, it has to be coming. Look, 2020, it was in May. 2021, it was in May. 2022, it was in June. 2023 was in May. 2024 was in June. God damn it.
I don't think they'll ever have one again. I
don't think so, bro. They just don't have enough games to do it. It would just be a third show.
For what though?
Because if you're gonna have a showcase, you gotta
embarrass themselves. What are they gonna do?
They'd have to have at least 4 games to show you first party to have a showcase. You can mix in some third party, but you need at least 4. You're not going to just show 2 games and be like, oh yeah.
And the problem is that if they got 4 together, that's 4 years of games that they're showing you in one showcase. What are they supposed to do next year?
And then that's it.
Yeah.
But let me ask you a question. Would you actually trust that those 4 games are not going to get canceled? So why the hell would you want to show anyways?
Can I tell you something? I think, honestly, the reason they're not doing any of this stuff, is because every game can get it.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
You know how Phil said there's no red line of what games can go to other consoles? Hiroki said there's no red lines to what game I would fucking cancel. So I think that they honestly,
stabbed to death.
I'm promise you, bro. I'm telling you, this is the reason why they won't do a goddamn show, is because every game is on notice. If they don't get to a point where that game is going to be good, I'm telling you, bro. Listen, right now, they haven't permanently damaged their image to most PlayStation ponies, right? Most of the ponies are still, oh yeah, Ragnarok was amazing. Spider-Man 2 was amazing, right? They're still glazing it, right? Yeah. But that round three is going to be something else.
Yeah.
Are they going to be able to show something that is going to be good?
And if you think about back to their last 2 showcases, what game from those last 2 showcases haven't embarrassed Sony? All of them has been an embarrassment in one way, shape, or form. Outside of maybe Astrobot, because Astrobot, while it didn't sell, it was a very good game. But they showed off KOTOR. That game embarrassed them because it had to get canceled.
Facts.
They showed off Fairgames. Now that's looking like an embarrassment. Concord, embarrassment. Every game that they've shown us has been an embarrassment to the platform because of how poorly it has been received or how poorly it has performed. Until Dawn remake, Days Gone, like all these, like everything that they're showing us is just, it's an embarrassment at the moment.
I agree, man. I agree.
It's
not looking good.
There's a pattern.
There is a pattern. You know what's another pattern? Zach Riley coming in 3 hours into the show and saying that he's first.
No, that's really what he said.
Boy, member for 4 months. Appreciate you, brother. You're gonna have to rewind time to make that shit possible. Oh shit! This is how you cancel games. Pragmatic Eagle.
What happened? Read it again. I didn't see it.
He says this is how you cancel games.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Factions was also on the showcase stage.
That should be the showcase.
Oh yeah, they talked about it on the stage and showed
they gave
like a picture.
This is like a splash screen. So like everything.
Yeah.
Everything that they've tried to show you has been an embarrassment. Wolverine. I mean, the game hasn't come out yet. It's an embarrassment for different reasons.
Oh my gosh, where is that mess? They stopped leaking the footage, right?
Listen,
I feel like we haven't heard about it in a minute. Where's Venom?
Remember, Wolverine is the game that they said they want to make look like Hellblade 2.
Yes.
Yeah. So, they still got some years to go. It got delayed to next year. Who knows if that even happens. But maybe that'll be the game that finally looks good, and they've just been cranking on graphics the whole time, and it's going to be a shit game, but it might look pretty. Who knows? We'll see what happens with that. But guys, this is where we're going to wrap it, man. What a fun show, man. Thank you guys for coming in and rocking out with us.
Thank you guys so much.
This was it's sometimes it's just a day of joy and happiness and laughter. You know what I'm saying?
This is one of those. You just got to before our next show, you got to swap out my monitor.
Swap out your monitor.
Yes, I can't see this.
We'll make something happen for you.
Yes.
The next show is tomorrow.
Yes. Limited time, see.
Got it. Right here at the end, you have the homie Do UK Now, the bro boy inside. I appreciate your fam. Says they could have a showcase of canceled games.
Yes.
They could.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
You know what would be fucking great?
And what made them cancel those games? What was the point of no return? When did they say enough is enough? Fuck this shit. You're done.
Somebody
put the pencil down, son.
Somebody should make a showcase for them of their canceled games.
That would be amazing.
You know what I'm saying? Like do it in the similar style of how they do it. Have the thing come up and then do each game dramatically and just have all of their games that canceled. That would be money.
Yes.
That'd be money.
I would like that. Rayur says,
oh my God, G maybe stated delays.
Yes, I was going to him next. G maybe says state of delays. Rayur says stay of nay. State of emergency.
Why so serious says, I would watch that showcase. Yeah.
Yes.
We might have to put something together like that.
That would be that would be fun.
Station.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh man, that's money. That's money right there. All right. Listen, guys, thank y'all so much, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all for rocking out with us. You guys are the shit. Shout out to everybody, who super chatted and who was here with us, rocking out, giving us your time, man. You guys are awesome. Of course, shout out to everyone on Patreon and YouTube who are subscribers and help support the channel. Again, always remember the show is brought to you by you, so we really do appreciate the support. Of course, we have our elite members that we're going to shout out: our homie Big Boy Mike, Dark Angelic, Coach Hooded Canuck, Music 72, and Queen Witch. And then, of course, we have our inner circle members. That's right, the homie Big Migs Gaming and Pragmatic Eagle. First 3 people in the chat, the specials were Music 72, Jonas the Dad, and Michelle Alexandria. First super chat was from our boy Starkey Love with that 5 bag.
Yes.
Appreciate you, man. The biggest super chat was from our boy Pragmatic Eagle with that 10.
Thank you.
And gifted memberships, you have the homie La Rin who went ahead and gifted 5 on point for gamer memberships, man.
So much.
We do appreciate you guys. Very, very kind of you. And then, of course, everybody who's been in the building with us all these hours. Love to see people who are still here, who was there in the beginning. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the support. Remember, we'll be back tomorrow.
Shout out to our new member.
Shout out to our new member.
Yes.
For sure. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, for the night shift. That's right. You see him in the chat. It's our boy Hargeet. You saw him earlier in the chat.
Yes.
Our boy Demo. We're going to be live in the building. It's going to be a fun night. We got a lot more fun to talk about that couldn't make today's show. So it's going to be plus whatever happens tomorrow, right? It's been a week of goodness. What else is PlayStation going to give us? I cannot wait. Or what else is Xbox going to drop on us to bring happiness and joy?
We'll find out
for it. Our boy DJ Berto Dose, Loose New with that $2 super chat. Appreciate you, homie. Says the future of cancellations.
Yes.
PlayStation Showcase. Oh, man. Giving us some good ideas, homie.
This is how it ends.
This is how it ends.
It ends with us.
Oh, my God. That's beautiful. Oh, man. Of course, we have our homie, Proud Bizarre.
Yes.
Doing double duty this week. Obviously, he's here on Tuesday nights, but he did come by, rock out with us for a while tonight, man. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you for giving us a time, come and hang out with us. Let everybody know where to find you, man. Let us know.
And you can find me right here on YouTube, Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Vitamin G Podcast. You can also find me on Twitter at Pharaoh Bizarre. Follow me, subscribe to the channel. Come check us out.
Facts. Awesome, man. We'll appreciate it. And with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and end the show the way we end every single show. Doodle.
Yes.
We're done.
We are.
Until next time.
You're intruding.